You all must have heard I'm a real nerd. People say I'm a fool, but they never got the news that I'm a wild one. Oh yeah, I'm a wild one. You better turn it up, better keep the channel dialed, 'cause you're watching Vilemike and his real wild child. Oh yeah, I'm a wild one. You better turn it up, better keep the channel dialed, 'cause you're watching Vilemike and his real wild child.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know why I didn't play it first.
Boomer.
How you doing, Elijah?
Not awake. I've only had 2 cups of coffee.
Well,
and
I am
DJ
awake, and what?
I was gonna say, Deej Odyssey keeps on blowing up my notification because Name That Tune is on tonight.
Well, the reason the title of the screen is or the stream is because of what today is, and for those who don't know, March 5th sucks.
Why? Because it's the remembrance of the Boston Massacre.
No, it's a different bad incident. It's the 21st anniversary of my high school shooting.
Oh, wait, you're going to go to Columbine?
Santana.
Okay, sorry.
So, before I get started on stuff, Gorilla's Random Thoughts is in the chat. So, hey, how you doing, Jordan? But I thought I'd tell a little bit of the story about what happened that day from my perspective. So if you want to, if anyone gets uncomfortable because of that, just let me know and we'll see what happens.
Now remember, YouTube algorithm, he's telling a story. Okay? YouTube algorithm, it's a story that happened. Happened. Not happening. Happened. Sorry,
happened over 20 years ago.
Yeah, I gotta make sure because people haven't found with YouTube.
Why is the image not showing?
Because it's LDG's fault.
Oh, there we go. And LDG is in the chat. How you doing, man? So, this is basically a map of my old school. Now, at the time in question, I was 15. And despite being 15, I had my license and my car, so I had driven to school, and I had parked in the school parking lot. If you look on the map, that's basically between all the blue buildings and the football stadium on the right. And if you look at the top, there's a little U-shaped type section. That's where I usually parked.
You put your mouse over the image and show us where you're talking about exactly. We can see your cursor, or we can use
I have my mouse over the image. It's not showing anything.
That's weird. It usually does. Oh, so go ahead. Never mind. Go ahead. Sorry.
StreamYards. So, if you look at the orange building that says 500 on it, that's the band building. And because I was in band, that's basically where I was hanging out until my classes started at the time. And when class did start, I had my old Sony Discman. I don't remember what CD I had in at the time, but I'd put my headphones on and I started walking. And I walked through this empty section in the middle. That's what we call the large quad. And I basically walked diagonally through it towards the 300 building. All the loot markers are the separate buildings, Jordan. And basically, I walked from the 500 to 300 building through the large quad. The small building in the middle. And as I was getting to the little hallway between the 300 building and the library is where what I thought I heard fireworks. And Jordan, yeah, some high schools are like that. Our high school was outdoors, open plan.
Yeah, sometimes they didn't have a fence around the high school.
And as I'm walking through the hallway, that's where I thought I heard.
Your sound's
What'd you
cutting
say?
out. Your sound is cutting out.
Any better now?
A little bit. Keep on talking because you keep doing that whenever you. So you know what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you're doing. You just pop like that sometimes. So.
Oh, hold on. Let me shut off OBS. Maybe that'll help. That'll help.
Okay, continue with the story.
Is that any better?
A little bit.
Nope.
No. What the hell is that? It went. If it isn't one thing, it's another, guys. This is the typical CNA stream. Something always messes up. And I don't know what Mike is trying to defend himself by that comment, what I just said, because I can't hear him. We can always just blame Mike, okay? Not Mrs. Cardenas. That's not her fault. It's all Mike's fault that this is messed up. Because, it's CNA stream, guys. Come on. See, even the crickets are being quiet for Mike to try to fix the sound.
Any better?
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm trying
to. I can hear you now. Nope.
It's not the sound; it's the internet signal.
Okay.
So I'm trying to make that work a little better. So how does it sound now?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Am I roboting?
No, Mr. Roboto.
What the hell?
Stop whatever you're doing and continue your story. I can hear you. Okay, never mind. I take back the last sentence I just said. Well, while Mike tries to fix his sound again, I just want to remind people that on Han Star's channel tonight, 7 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Pacific time. Name That Tune Finals is happening tonight with, yes, fucking Anthony. Yes, he's going to be on there. Dark Comics is going to be trying to win Name That Tune tonight, which hopefully fucking Anthony does not win Name That Tune, fucking Anthony. So if you guys want to watch Name That Tune tonight and try to mess with the contestants, tune into Houndstar channel tonight. And I am not sure if Chris is doing this wrap up tonight or not. Because I know the Bad Batch Roundtable has been switched to tomorrow. Yep. And PC is really wants to win.
Okay, how do I sound now?
I can hear you.
Signal looks like it's good now. I should be able to be heard. Elihu,
I can hear
any
you.
better?
Continue your story a lot better.
Okay. I literally just moved the computer closer to the router at this point. So,
okay, you were talking about hearing fireworks.
Yes, and I was walking towards the 200 building because that's where my next classroom was. I was heading towards my biology classroom, which was the first classroom. If you were to walk along this building, it would be the first building on the classroom on the 200 building. But right next to that classroom were a pair of bathrooms. And what I didn't know when I was walking towards it was in one of those bathrooms was someone shooting the students. I thought it was fireworks, and I saw kids running away from me because I'm walking through this hallway towards the 200 building. Kids are running past me, going the other way, and I'm like, I remember thinking, wow, all these kids are real stupid for just running away from fireworks. And I didn't realize what was really going on until I just exited the hallway, and literally in front of me, 2 of my classmates were shot. I remember looking down because things are happening. It's really fast, and you're not thinking about stuff. And I just remember seeing the blood splatter hitting the concrete in front of me and hitting my shoes. And I remember thinking, wow, that looks like taco sauce. I know, it's stupid things that go through your head during situations. And then at that point, I realized what was kind of going on. This was a little less than a year after Columbine, so we had known about this stuff possibly happening. But instead of, being the hero or, running into that bathroom or helping my classmates that I just saw get shot, I kind of blanked out. I just turned around and I started walking away. I didn't run away. I just started walking away, kind of stunned. And I walked back through the hallway, and as I exited the hallway, that's when one of my teachers had just grabbed me by my shoulders and literally pulled me into one of the classrooms. And at that point, kind of the stunned factor started to wear off on me. And I started thinking, the way I usually think. I think, how am I going to fix this? I know I couldn't just do nothing. And the classroom wasn't empty. There was a teacher. There was probably about 20 kids in there. I couldn't even tell you who was in the classroom with me at the time. I do know who the teacher is. I'm not going to say their name just in case. But what we ended up doing was me and another student ended up ripping apart. Okay, you guys remember the old CRT TVs that were on the rolling racks that all schools had at the time? Well, we ended up pulling it apart so we could directly connect it to the cable outlet line because we didn't have a coaxial line. And we did that so we could get the news. Because we figured this is something that's happening. We don't know what's happening outside. The teacher wouldn't let us go outside. So we needed to know what was going on. And we were able to pull up the news and started watching it on the TV. And on the news channel, we saw, that already the police were on scene. So we're watching the police, walk up and down the school, where the school is, up and down each of those little building areas on the news. And that's when I realized, okay, and these weren't just, pulling out their pistols. Some of these guys had, the big ass rifles and stuff. And I remember telling everybody, okay, when they're going to start searching the classrooms one by one. I don't know how I knew this. I just knew it was going to happen. So I told them, when they open the door, everybody, leave your backpacks down, put your hands up so they know that you're not, someone who's going to get in, someone involved in the shooting.
Yeah.
And eventually they came and they cleared our building. We had to walk around, and we exited through the front of the school around the 300 building to the bottom of the, if you look at the bottom of the screen. And that's basically the end of it from my perspective of what happened. So, yeah, March 5th sucks for me.
Yeah, my high school did not even have a metal detector, just a fence around it.
Yeah, we had a fence around most of the school, but the parking lot area and the front of the school, there's no fence around that.
Yeah.
They can just come right in. We were a little bit lucky by the fact that we actually had 2 off-duty police officers on site at the time, because they were basically dealing with their kids. And unlike what happened at Uvalde, the first 8 officers that did arrive on scene, they basically decided, hey, we're not going to wait for the SWAT team to arrive. We're going in on our own. And they actually took care of the shooter long before SWAT had arrived.
Yeah, I don't know why people are against SROs in schools. Come on, it's safety reasons. Yeah, your kid has to go through a metal detector. So do you whenever you go to a building. Come on.
Well, even today, the school doesn't have metal detectors. But if you're talking about a student resource officer,
yeah,
as long as their job there is to prevent shootings and, major crimes, that's one thing. But when, in my experience, sometimes they do a little bit more than that, which is not necessarily good.
It's supposed to help prevent bullying. That's supposed to be your undercover when you're supposed to, if you feel like bullying, they're supposed to let them know, supposed to watch, observe. Then they're supposed to interact. You're not supposed to automatically interact like, hey, you're bullied. Okay, what's the student? No, they don't do that. You report to them, then they observe, make a note, then they watch. Okay, is this actually a situation that I need to handle? No, they're just harassing the kid. Okay, there's no violence here. Okay, I'll write the kid up. Boom, no problem. If there's any kind of violence, they will act upon it. It's the student's responsibility to let somebody know what's going on, not your friends. What's going on? You let the teacher know. You let the SRO know. You let somebody in the office know. Even a secretary. You can even tell one of the secretaries in the office that something's going on here. Yes, I have gone through metal detector. I've been traveling, dude.
Well, he's talking about, I don't think he meant that. I thought he was talking about school.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah. So March 5th has never been a good day for me. But that's, when I think about what happened at mine and what happened at, other shootings since, it's kind of like one of the things I can't help but thinking about is like the Uvalde thing. How they fucking waited so long when, they didn't do that at mine. And that was almost 20 years later.
It was the police's office, the chief's decision not to enter the school.
Why are you going to try to be my therapist, Darren? But yeah, I just thought I'd start the stream with this because, it's the 21st anniversary. Last year was the big one, the 20th anniversary, but.
And I'm going to say something that people have been saying since school shootings have been happening since Columbine. If the average citizen had a gun, they would have stopped that shooter. No, they would not, because if a cop sees somebody with a gun, they're going to think that person's the shooter and shoot that person. Okay? So I don't have to say that part.
Oh, I would just imagine when the cops were going classroom by classroom, if the teachers were armed, well, now we got dead teachers. Because their job is to, stop anyone armed at the time. They're not going to care who that person is.
Yeah, and a school shooting. Okay, they don't know if it's an adult doing a shooting or a minor doing a shooting. If they see someone with a gun, oh, a shooter, hello.
And two little musical notes about this is kind of interesting. Both the band Linkin Park, because apparently the shooter left a note for his dad using lyrics from one of Linkin Park's songs before he went to the school that day. Gave out a message saying, they give their condolences and everything. Not that they felt responsible, and I don't think they were responsible, of course. But basically between Santana and Columbine and other similar things, it partly inspired the song Youth of the Nation by POD. And POD has actually admitted to that while Columbine was probably the big one, what caused them to add it to, at the time, was the Santana shooting.
Jordan put up the actually correct answer, what happened to Uwe, because all the cops got their kids out. And if you guys remember, this one woman saw this happening and got her kids out, and she was arrested for interfering with police action because she got her kids out and the cops got their kids out. She was arrested, yeah. But charges were eventually dropped, but that was fucked up. She was arrested for getting her own kids out when the cops got their kids out. I'm like, what the hell?
And how you doing, Dandelion? Not having a happy stream so far, but that's to be expected.
Hey ho,
on a day like this.
Yeah, I'm a hoe. I do gardening. I'm a hoe.
I think she's referring to hey ho, meaning you, and gents for everybody else in the chat.
You, I am not a sheep.
No, you're the hoe.
Oh, okay.
So let's make a 180. What else is new with you guys? What's new with you, Elihu?
Oh, I'm tired of being on hold for SSI. I never got my check this month. So I've been trying to, for the past couple of days, I'm trying to get a hold of SSI and find out where is my check.
Well, apparently LDG left because he didn't want to hear me talking about what happened. It was like, Darren, is that because of the comedy involved? That's all I got to ask.
CPAC.
Oh, apparently he just didn't want to hear it. I was talking about Dandelion because this is the 21st anniversary of my high school shooting.
That he was present.
Yep. I finally finished the second season of Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who.
Ooh.
I didn't realize how short the season was, but that's how I was able to do it.
Oh, have you been fortunate or unfortunate enough to also be blocked by Terry Metalis on Twitter?
I don't know who that is.
Producer, Star Trek.
Well,
Planet was named after him.
Are you talking about a character or an actor?
An actual person.
No, I haven't heard anything about this. I don't know. I haven't been on Twitter all that much.
No. Well, he's been blocking some people. I don't know why he blocked Bird of Prey 5. Because Bird of Prey 5 has actually been enjoying Picard. Yeah, he actually has. He can come up here and defend it. He's actually been enjoying it. And he was blocked by him. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, even Captain Faminer was blocked by Terry. Now, I don't understand Bird being blocked, but some other people, yeah, I understand. But Bird? What the hell was he being blocked for? And why were you blocked, Captain?
Oh, he's the showrunner for Picard season 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, goes to show how much I pay attention, because I had no idea about that. I don't know why they're blocking people.
I don't know why, especially Bird. I'm like, what? I saw that post. I'm like, what? He's not Gary from Geek from Nerd. Like, I don't understand that.
Dang, the only real famous person I can say that blocked me was Elon, and even that was reversed. So
Let's see. I've been blocked by William Shatner. I'm blocked by Scientology. Yay, I'm blocked by Scientology. Huh.
Well, people get butthurt. That could possibly just be it. It's like
I was
blocking anyone who's related to it.
I was accidentally blocked by Greg Proops. He's like, oops, sorry, my mistake, my bad. I didn't mean to do that.
It's probably not. Darren says it's probably not his personal Twitter, but one ran by Secret Hideout. That might be it. I don't know. As I said, I have no idea about this situation. I didn't even know who he was. I didn't even realize that Picard had its own showrunner.
I'm just glad I'm blocked by Scientology.
I'm surprisingly not. But again, I don't really post a lot of atheist stuff on my Twitter because it's supposed to be my store's account. I should create a secondary account just for Vilemike, not related to the store. That way, if I say anything offensive, it's not going to fall back onto the store. And how you doing, Dandelion?
I'm good. And LDG, everybody's blocked from Common Sense these days.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Common Sense? What's that?
Yeah. The only thing about it is ain't that common.
No,
I know I stole that line. I don't know where from, but
is Common Sense some kind of Twitter handle or feed or something?
I think it is, only because I think LDG is literally blocked by Thomas Paine.
I don't follow enough people on Twitter to get blocked by anyone. Like, I only follow you people, pretty much. And it's only for DMs. I never, ever go to Twitter and, like, look at stuff. That place just seems like a cesspool. Every time I go there and read a few posts, it just starts to make me enraged. So I just stopped.
That's why I clicked the home from the tab of followers.
Yeah, I just use Instagram and look at pictures of people doing yoga. Far more soothing.
Well, I don't have an Instagram. Vile Style, the younger Vile daughter, wants to create one for me, but yeah. I just don't have any interest in it.
You might actually find Instagram works better for promoting your the goods and wares that you sell.
Well, it's funny. Do you know why I originally created my Twitter account?
Why is that?
Because a few years back, when apparently Twitter and Facebook actually got along, they were doing a cross promotion that if you signed up for Twitter and linked it to your Facebook account, and you had a business,
yep,
Facebook would give you 20 free advertising dollars.
Ooh.
Dude,
So,
there was this promo years ago. There was like this hidden little feature that Facebook had. If you connect to Twitter, whatever you tweet will automatically post to your Facebook account and vice versa.
Yeah, that's basically what it was.
Okay.
And I signed up for Twitter. I did one tweet saying, basically, this is probably the only tweet I'm ever going to make. I did it just for this. And I literally didn't make another tweet for over a year.
I don't know if I've tweeted more than like a couple of times, and usually it was like accidentally. You know, if I finished something in Duolingo and it said, post this to Twitter, or it said, share this, and then it just posted to Twitter, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sakes. It's not what I would have done.
I'm just glad I can.
Did I say now. I don't know, what was I referring to? You people? I mean, all of the people in here in in the YouTubeverse. Those are the only people pretty much that I follow on Twitter. It wasn't the derogatory term.
There are some people that I follow that just because they're either loose friends or acquaintances.
Hola, Miss Cardenas.
Good
You know,
morning.
stuff like that.
Mrs.
And
Wiles
yes,
in the
Mrs.
chat.
Vile's in the house. Everyone say hi to Mrs. Vile.
Good morning, Mrs. Vile.
Hola. Buenos dias.
And yes, I am in Mexico at Mrs. Vile's house right now. We had her little birthday party with her family last night, and then we're going to go to another little birthday party for her today with her friends.
That reminds me. Has anybody got a hold of Mr. CCDV?
No, should we have?
Yeah,
No.
because there was this huge report that came out about pharmaceuticals in Tijuana. And you know how he has his medication problem, right? He has to get his medication over the border.
Okay.
They have found that about 80% of the pharmacies in Tijuana and 3 other cities down there, the Oxycontin, the morphine, the pills, the pain medications contain fentanyl and heroin.
Oh,
So
great.
I need to let him know about this. So if you guys please get a hold of him, tell him be careful when he buys his medicine in Tijuana. Okay. This new report came out. I want him to be careful.
Do you have a source you can cite that from? Because I have not heard anything about that.
Yeah, I do.
Excellent.
That's perfect. Citing the sources is always a good thing.
Yes. And, reliable sources.
Yeah, if you link me to someone's fucking blog, I'm going to smack you.
No,
I will read through my computer screen and smack you.
LA Times, KQRE, The Lonely Sun, KCRW, Yahoo News, CBS News. So these
But are they all citing the same? Are they all citing the same source? What was the original source?
They're not citing the same source, different sources.
No, usually they're citing something like from the Associated Press or something.
Yeah. There's no way that many news outlets are doing their own reporting.
Yeah, there's literally no way.
Look at us being so cynical.
I'm looking at this. See here.
They'll have cited who reported it, and then we can see we can judge from there.
UCLA did this.
UCLA. Okay,
Yes.
at least it was a college.
Yeah.
Yep. Somewhat respectable.
I'm disappointed that it wasn't UCSD, my alma mater.
Yeah, UCLA did a study, and holy shit, yeah. Puerto Rio, Tulum. Jeez. And they also paired with LA Times. So, yeah. So, if you guys could get a hold or contact Mr. CCDV, tell him to be careful, please.
I'm sure he always gets it from the same place and is probably found himself a reliable source.
Hopefully.
Yeah, Darren's pointing out news outlets usually subscribe to a wire service like AP or Routers.
Yeah.
Reuters, yeah, I know. That's why I was looking at different slices, different sources.
Sometimes they don't even change the press release. They just run the press release.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like Syndicate TV. News stations will say the same opening story, repeating verbatim.
Yeah.
They might make up their own headline.
Yeah, Sinclair Broadcasting.
Headline, but
it's Sinclair Broadcasting that writes the script for report for news stations.
Mm-hmm.
So I know some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You're not entirely just astronomy related information.
Yeah, I wonder how many people actually called last night again, 911. The other night, 911 was flooded because people were seeing these 2 objects in the sky that was stationary. Like, yeah, it's Jupiter and Venus.
I was super sad. It was cloudy all week. I didn't get to see it.
I was trying to go out last night.
Too.
I was trying to go out last night, and the clouds have been passing over. I'm like, damn, I can't even take a good picture of this.
Mm-hmm. Brian May got a lovely picture of it.
Harris.
That's someone I'm not familiar with.
You
Brian
probably
May, Queen, Dr. Brian May.
You probably are familiar with Brian May. You just don't know you're familiar with Brian May. If you've ever heard Queen, he's a good player.
Yeah,
he's also an astrophysicist.
It's Dr. Brian May.
Mm-hmm.
Now, once you said Queen, I knew who exactly you were talking about.
Yes.
The long hair. Come on, the weird
Yeah,
Al
I-
Yankovic hairstyle.
Okay, I as soon as she said Queen, I got it, Elihu.
Okay.
Yes. Like I said, it's one of those things where you didn't know you knew who it was, but you did. He's so
It was
amazing.
like I was talking to somebody about Neil deGrasse Tyson, and they were like, "Who the hell is Neil deGrasse Tyson?" And I'm like, "Well, hold on. I'm pretty sure you've at least seen him." And I pulled up his picture, and they were like, "Oh, that guy! I love that guy."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I adore his guitar playing. I went to the concert a couple of years ago, and yeah, just being in the room with his guitar playing was just like, otherworldly, out of body experience situation. It was pretty cool. He's awesome.
Yeah, I love that song that he wrote for the New Horizons probe.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
What is LDG posting?
Is he talking about the anonymous guy again? The anonymous atheist, whatever.
I don't know.
Let's
It's a
see.
Twitter link. I don't want to know. I just
find
don't do Twitter.
I'll tell you in a
Okay.
second.
I'm probably gonna regret clicking the link, but I'm doing it.
So am I, and I just clicked on it. What is it?
You guys tell me what it is, because
It is What Kool-Aid Did I Miss? Finalized latest Picard episode of Filtering Out the Garbage. Found this, explains everything. Competent Shrek. Yeah, right, this thing was up. Oh, because he's replying to whatever cast about competent Star Trek.
So, okay. So he's complaining about Picard.
I guess.
Yeah, sorry, LDG. It didn't make any sense. Maybe it's because I haven't seen the episode.
I don't watch the show. I don't like
I
it's on.
plan on watching the show. I just haven't got around to it yet.
I don't have enough. I don't have any. It's not on anything that I have. Like I don't have TV, so and isn't on a streaming service.
Yes, I know the images from the game, the episode of Star Trek Next Generation, I believe season 5, that had the second episode starring Ashley Judd. But if you're talking about that specifically, I get it, but I don't understand anything else other than the whole, it takes over your mind versus the Kool-Aid reference. That's what I'm assuming. It's still, whatever it is, LDG, it's still not funny.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't get it when I saw it multiple times. I was like, okay.
Well, a little bit of good news. One of two things will be happening in the next 2 weeks. Either I will be finally getting the new computer, or I will be buying a house.
That's an expensive computer.
Yeah.
Well, no.
I have to deload you. I'll be back in a minute.
Basically, we have the tax auctions that are going on this month. Or later this month.
Oh, okay.
And because these are auctions through the state of California, they have these, $1 million houses going for, $250,000 right now.
That's delightful.
And I've been approved
but not for the people who lost their house.
that can cover $250,000.
I'm sorry, what's that?
I've been approved for a home loan for $250,000. So
250,000, yeah.
yes.
No.
Well, actually 300, but
okay, yeah, that's about what I qualify for in Canadian dollars.
So,
although I would feel uncomfortable having that large of a house loan, to be honest.
and that is a small loan for Southern California.
Well, that's a small loan for here too. You can't even find a place. The only place you could buy here at that would be like in a trailer park, like a manufactured home park.
No, there's two main houses that I'm looking at. Both are 4-bedroom, 2-bath. Both have garages.
Nice.
And which, depending on what happens, I would convert into another bedroom because most likely I'll be at least inviting some of the kids to live with me.
Nice. That's great.
But we'll see what happens. I don't know. The way the auctions are run, you're going to lose money if you don't win the auction regardless.
Oh, nuts. So you have to kind of like a buy-in kind of to bid?
Yeah, it's to prevent people, the type of people who buy the properties and then just try to flip them for more money.
Right.
So,
Well,
the state of California wants people to buy these properties and then start paying the taxes on them.
And living in them, yeah.
So they don't want them to be bought and then sit on the market just to be resold.
Right. Because they could probably have done that themselves, sold them for more money.
Where are you going to buy a house? Escondido?
Whereabouts do you live, Gorilla?
One in San Diego City proper and one in Poway.
Yeah, Escondido's a cheap area, dude.
Escondido is not a cheap area, and all the auction houses in Escondido suck.
You don't want to live in North County?
Okay, by suck, I mean even the starting bid on most of them is $750,000.
Oh, that's cheap.
That sucks.
Yeah, and my loan wouldn't cover that.
Yeah, that would suck for most of us ordinary people. Whereabouts does Gorillas live?
I know he's told me. He said it on the chat. I don't remember. He lives somewhere where it's mostly landlocked, so there's nothing around.
But is it some separate country, or is he in the United States?
He's in the U.S.
Oh, okay.
But like my stepmom owns a house in Escondido, Elihu, and the last time it was appraised at about $4 million, I believe. And it's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath.
That must be really run down because $4 million will get you a 1-bedroom here, 2-bedroom house.
Right.
Wow, run down.
Actually, it's not. At the time when I lived there, I lived in the guest house, which was a very small guest house. It was a 1-bedroom, 1 garage set up. It didn't even have an actual kitchen.
I could pay cash for a house in southern Minnesota, apparently.
Yeah, if I wanted to move out of California, I can easily afford a house. But I want to stay in California because that's where my kids are.
Yes. And it's close to your wife.
Mm-hmm.
Since I got my SSI transferred, I'm leaving California.
Yes, you've mentioned. It does make sense if you're not tied to the area for some reason, right?
Yeah, I'm not really tied down. So
he says my town is smaller than some of the apartment complexes in the cities. I'd believe that.
I've lived in those towns.
I've told the story before, but the quote unquote town my paternal grandfather was born in consisted of a single gas station and a church. That was the entire town.
Oh, you had a gas station? We didn't have one in our closest town.
Wow. Hey,
Dandelion.
Was it a big day when they had a stop sign installed?
There was no stop sign.
Yeah.
Wow.
I live in a $65,000 home. Don't you fuckers ever preach to me about how poor you are?
I'm so poor I can't afford the R&E.
Yeah, I don't even have a home that I own, so I'm not really poor. I don't have a house. Actually, I like renting, and then I don't have to worry about things breaking.
Well, renting is definitely better when you're, because then you get get the tax write-off when you rent. I don't know if that's
here.
The same in yours.
No,
you're in Canadian land.
Yeah, no. Canada tends to give all the tax credits to people who have houses.
Mm.
Yeah.
Which is why our houses are like $2 million for a shitty shanty.
Yeah, $1 million here for a shitty shanty.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I will tell you some of the places that I was looking at this auction. There was a 1-bedroom, 1-bath that was going for like 1.2 million opening bid.
Eesh.
Dude, I saw some houses in Alaska, 2-bedroom houses, 1.5 baths, going for like 30 to 40,000.
Did you write weirdo wrong in your title?
Did you? Yeah, did you spell weirdo wrong?
Yes, I did that on purpose.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Apparently, he did it on purpose, Darren.
Because I'm weird. That's why. I'm weirdo.
Well, I could misspell the vile one and have it as the evil one.
I don't think I spelt anything wrong in mine, but I did type it really quickly.
You spelled correctly.
Yeah, looks fine. Well, the only mistake I can say you made is since you're using the
I know it may be capitalized, but I decided to not capitalize it, and it can be little force instead of big force.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Ooh, water tower. Cool. Yeah, water tower that doesn't hold water, not helpful.
Nope. I'll tell you a story about a water tower that was built here in San Diego in East County. That is, the story behind it is funny as all hell. The thing looks like a UFO sitting on top of a cylinder. Okay. So it's a really big water tower. And when they first built it, they painted it this beautiful sky blue color. The problem is it's on top of a mountain, and Gillespie Airfield is right next to it.
Stupid.
Wow.
So in order to make it more visible, they attached these giant stainless steel polished clouds
Oh
on
my
it.
God. So your water tower is full of hot water?
Well, no, they're like, they're separated. They're mounted on it, but they're on brackets, so they don't touch the actual water tower. But the funniest part is the paint they used, that beautiful sky blue paint, did not last. So now it is a sickly brown rust color, still with these stainless steel clouds on it.
That sounds kind of hideous.
It is definitely ugly. Everyone hates it, and it's right next to one of my old colleges, Grossmont College.
Why don't you guys just go over there at 1 o'clock in the morning and repaint it yourselves?
Because I don't think you're allowed to.
Yeah, they usually frown on that sort of thing. I mean, it sounds fine in movies, but in real life, it doesn't always work out.
Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can pull up an image for it. Come on. Why did you not do it?
Because that's a dumb, slow computer. You do that, I'm a loadable.
No, it's my computer's warning me that the image wasn't secure.
I hate it when it happens. They sometimes just do that. Oh, computers. So paranoid.
All right, I'm going to flip a different photo, but it'll look worse, I think. This is what it currently looks like.
What the hell is that?
And they never thought to just repaint it?
Nope. It would cost too much money to repaint at this point.
Jeez.
Sheesh.
So, yeah.
Quite the eyesore.
Yeah, clouds.
And I think this photo is actually taken from my college because I can see the freeway right there in the middle, at the bottom of the screen.
It sort of looks like it makes the whole place look like a ghost town.
And those houses are probably like, multi-million-dollar houses. Oh, and Darren says he found a picture of it.
Mexican internet.
You understand why I said it looks like a UFO sitting on top of a cylinder?
Yep.
Wonka, chocolates, river, water tower.
I had.
How you doing, Darren?
Chat. Hey, how you doing? I had put a picture of that tower in the chat already before you found this one, but this one's probably a little better.
No, this one's worse than the one I tried to bring up. The other one was a lot closer.
Yeah, the one that I found was had a man in the foreground. So
hold on, Let me
in the comments.
that one. Uh-oh. I thought you were sharing it, but apparently it's LDG.
Oh, no.
Hey, Darren. Hey, Pickles.
He waited until I came on before he came on. It's funny.
Darren, what's with the avatar image? What is that? Other than a guy just drinking.
Isn't it John Hamm?
That's Don Draper.
Oh,
Drinking
I never saw the show.
Drinking a Wisconsin old fashioned.
sorry, I thought it was John Hamm for a second.
Well, that's who played Don Draper.
Oh, okay. I'm like, okay. Sorry. I didn't know the character's name, dude. I just saw the face.
You should do yourself a favor and watch that show. It's pretty good.
I'll pass.
What show is it?
Mad Men.
Oh, I have seen an episode or two of that show.
An episode. Okay, well, that's better than
Well,
maybe
2 or 3 episodes. Like,
okay.
It came on around the time I stopped having TV.
What you find interesting television shows, some other people may not.
Lots of people enjoyed that television show.
Yeah, and some other people do not enjoy it. Like Star Trek, some people enjoy Picard, some people do not.
Oh yeah, don't we all know that?
No, I just pulled my needle out of the stitches.
Uh-oh.
It's okay.
Are you stitching up yourself or are you stitching up cloth?
I'm knitting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm working on some gloves. Here, I'll turn my camera on briefly.
So, Elihu, I guess it says you're a wire-do.
I'm a Ledo.
No, that's not what that says.
I'm gonna make you solo so you can show it off better.
Yeah, sure. It doesn't look like much yet.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
A cup and a
A lot more skill than I have.
Well, here, I'll show you what they end up like.
Ooh.
Just a second. Here we go. So they end up looking like gloves, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's going to turn out real well.
Yeah, they're for my one of my bosses.
Just don't make 2 left-hand gloves.
I didn't mean to remove you from the stream. I meant to take you off solo.
That's okay.
No, when I was a kid, when my dad first taught me how to sew and stitch, what I used to do is anytime my socks got too many holes in them, I would cut them apart and I would make gloves out of them. And it pissed my mom off to no end because she's like, I can buy you gloves for $2. You don't need to take the time to stitch your disgusting socks together.
What size hooks are you using?
What size needles am I using? 2.25 millimeter. It's about I think it's a 3 in US sizes, which probably doesn't mean anything to you anyway.
I know
like
what 3s and 1s and 5s are. Yeah, I used to crochet as a teenager, so that's why I asked.
I like your stove.
My crappy stove that doesn't work well.
Well, I mean, I looked the look of it. I didn't know it didn't work well.
It's just a cheap white stove.
It works, right? I mean,
no,
you're obviously using it. You've got a tea kettle on it.
I rent. I got to make do with what I got.
Oh, a rental. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Wait, you don't have an electric kettle at this point?
No, they always break on me. So I just buy one that goes on the stovetop. Much more dependable.
Yeah, burner or gas?
It's burner.
Yeah, I like burners. I grew up with a burner stove, so
I to be honest, I don't care either way. I like a gas stove if I have it, but I'm not like upset.
No, me neither.
I was really excited about all the like hyperbole about banning gas stoves, which nobody said they were going to do.
Yeah.
And everyone starts running around screaming about banning gas stoves. Like in Florida, where 1% of homes have gas stoves? Oh no, don't ban them. It's like they're not banning them. Nobody has them.
No, so, it was a suggestion, just like how
hey, these are releasing a lot of toxins into your house. Maybe you don't want to use one.
Yeah, car manufacturers every couple of years, throw around the idea of not offering AM radios in vehicles anymore, and that always gets shot down too. Yeah. I mean, they're not banning the AM radio; they're just discussing the possibility of it.
Well, according to Jordan, they are banning them in New York. So let me. I'm going to look that up real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes, it's like they're incentivizing you to do the electric stove. Like, but honestly, how many? Like, there's not that many people using gas stoves. I don't think.
I prefer
what it is, Jordan, is in 2021 the city council passed a bill saying they will ban gas in new buildings starting in 2024 in buildings under 7 stories. That's not banning gas stoves. That's limiting gas being added in future buildings. That's an entirely different thing.
That can be called a ban going forward. I mean, they're not going to come into older places and remove the ones that are existing, but it's just like it's like California's ridiculous attempt to get rid of gas-powered vehicles. You know, it's not they're not going to just confiscate everybody's car. They're just going to stop selling them there. You know?
Yeah, the same thing up here. In
the idea is within 1 or 2 generations there won't be any there, but you know, it's
well, more fun than
happen because of
more fun than which state is it that's trying to ban electric vehicles? Was it not Wisconsin? It was one of it was not Nebraska, maybe.
It's not Wisconsin.
I think it was Nebraska. They put forward a motion to ban electric vehicles to protect their fossil fuel industry.
Well, they better remove their wind farms then.
Got no problem with that.
Yeah, they got no problem with wind farms, but they got a problem with electric cars. Okay.
I have a problem with them just ban. I don't think you should ban things necessarily. I can see the stoves more because not for global warming issues, but they are releasing a lot of toxins into your apartments.
Well, it's a lot of CO2.
No, apparently it's other stuff too. All kinds of weird shit.
Yeah, people have had gas stoves in their homes for a long time.
One of my neighbors had a company come around and they put a bunch of CO2 alarms in their house, free of charge.
Okay.
But they weren't paying attention when they installed them, and one of them was placed right above her her gas stove.
Oh, jeez.
And it started going off every time she cooked.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And she asked me since I was tall enough to move it for her. Because she's like 5 foot nothing. She can't reach anything. And she's, I don't want her to fall and hurt herself. She's a cancer survivor. She can barely lift a case of water. She can't even lift a case of water. I usually take it into her house for her.
Oh, you're talking about short people. Oh, okay. You weren't talking about Mrs. Cardenas. Gotcha.
Short old people. That does not fit Mrs. Cardenas.
Just short.
Yes, she is short. But
you know why LDG is going to take up space here.
You know why us tall guys like short girls, right?
Hey, Pickles.
He told me he was working. He told me he was working. He wasn't going to be doing much, and now he decides to take up space.
I am working. That's what I'm doing. I'm working. What the hell do you want?
Yeah. Interaction. I mean, you forced your way on here, and now you're just taking up space.
Pickles is more than welcome to hang out here just like the rest of us. I'm sure if we have something he needs to say something about, he will do so.
Yeah,
exactly like this right now.
You guys bypassed my joke entirely, so thank you
I'm good.
to complain about LDG.
He didn't believe me when I said there are computers designed for Amish people, and so I had to send him a video.
That sounds counterintuitive.
Yeah, there are computers that are made for Amish called a sundial.
No. You got to look at the video I sent you. Numbnuts.
You mean
clock is a computer?
No, I'm talking about like an electronic device.
The time.
An electronic device.
So it wasn't like an abacus or something?
No, it's actual like computer with a screen and stuff.
Oh, they have the original at the carrying device.
How would they have anything that runs on electricity and be a computer? I got to see that, but I'll look at it.
There's a whole industry of computers for those people, Mennonites and Amish. Sub industry, I guess I should call it.
I mean, I guess if they made like wood conductive, you can make a computer out of wood. Maybe.
No.
All right, I got to look this up.
Well, if you want the link, I'll show you. I'll give you the link.
Sure. Share it with us all. Let's look at this together.
This is, the first thing that shows up is a picture with a laptop with a hand crank on it.
No, that's a joke photo.
That's
Here's funny. In private chat. Here is the link.
Well, just share the screen.
There we are. Well, it's a Linus family video, so you get struck if you if you play it.
Oh, well, that's inconvenient. Now we all have to go and watch it separately.
Right, but there it is.
Don't.
I'm not gonna give him a view.
You don't have to do anything. Yeah, I don't know. I'll look at it. I know you sent it to me.
Yeah.
Oh, is everyone looking at it? Okay, I was like, I don't want to be rude and go watch it and not be paying attention.
No, I was reading Deej's little spam chats on Twitter.
Ah,
No, I'm coughing.
oh. Yeah, I've got the volume off on it. I'll watch it later. It's all good.
When you're still suffering from bronchitis and then your allergies kick in because it just rained. I'm got a cough.
Sure. Seems inconvenient.
Yeah, hit mute. I hit mute when I cough, man.
Hey, Yvette. How are you, my love?
Does everyone else have that issue who has allergies that every time it rains, like a couple of days after the rain, your allergies go nuts?
No, my life is not a corn album. I do not have issues.
I'm only allergic to like lame things like pillows that stab me with their feathers. And it's
mold spores. Yeah, mold spores are for me.
Yeah, I'm allergic to shellac. I had a huge breakout in Alaska.
Yeah, I don't have real allergies.
Sorry, I was trying to explain to a 4-year-old what I was doing in a language I don't natively speak.
Ah.
I hate it when people try to talk slower, but like, I don't understand what you're saying. Why are you trying to talk slower?
Oh, try having a 7-year-old start talking slower because you're still too ignorant in that language to understand what she's trying to say.
Well, that's kind of her. Well, sometimes slowing down does help if a person does understand the language, just not very well.
Well, what's funny is when Mrs. Vile's talking sometimes in Spanish, I don't think she realizes how fast she actually talks in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I don't realize how fast I talk in English sometimes.
Right.
And I'll be like, I'll catch like every fourth word and I'll be like, what the hell is she talking about? Nope, I give up. Time to play a game on my phone.
Oh,
hey, at least you're not talking like the voice of the Micro Machine, the guy, the fastest talker in the world. Mr. Micro Machines. Remember
him? No.
Yep. I understand that one, Yvette.
You don't remember Mr. Micro Machine, the fastest talker in the world?
No.
John, his name is John Muchaleta, something like that.
What was that?
Yeah.
He's the Guinness Book World Records fastest human or fastest person who speaks English.
Fastest speaking English.
Sorry.
He is also the voice spokesperson for Micro Machines.
No idea.
Yeah, he used to be the spokesperson for Micro Machines.
I don't even know what Micro Machines are.
They're a toy. They're an old toy that come back every once in a while of really small sized cars.
Yeah, vehicles. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. My mom would never buy us super tiny stuff because A, she didn't want to step on it, and B, we would just lose it.
Plus, you probably didn't like cars.
I loved cars. I still love cars.
Well, they some of the lines that Micro Machine had was Star Trek and Star Wars.
Yeah. I maybe vaguely remember Micro Machines, but maybe they were a little after my time. I don't know. I think they came out like when I was kind of past toys a bit.
Okay. Well, they came out in the early 90s, so.
Yeah, totally past toys. I was like I was just leaving high school in the early 90s, so.
And then they re-released the sets like 2 years ago, including like reissues of some things like their the van that could transform into a city.
Yeah, these are Micro Machines.
Okay.
But the guy Eli was talking about also voiced Blur in Transformers, the Transformer that talked really fast.
Yeah, John Muschetta Jr.
Machida, there you go. Thank you. I knew
Thank you.
I knew something close to his name, but not exactly. He had a CD that he once put out called 5 Minute University. And at one point he talks like 15 words a second to describe what's going on, to go through a class syllabus that fast. It was nuts.
That doesn't sound like a good, I don't think I would follow what a person was saying if they were talking that fast.
Well, have you ever heard the Eminem song Godzilla?
I've heard several songs called Godzilla, but not an Eminem one.
Yeah, there he is.
Well, there's a point in that song where he basically is rapping at 12 words a second.
Ah. Yeah.
That's who he is, and that's one of them old Micro Machine commercials.
Okay.
I'm not gonna let him play the commercial because
No, that's why I just showed the image. That's all I did.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I don't want to get you in trouble.
What's even funnier is I watched an interview of him when he was talking about that commercial, and he was saying that, yeah, they kept telling me to slow down because they're like, it's supposed to be a 20-second commercial and you're saying everything in 5 seconds.
That is funny.
They could just put more stuff in their commercial then.
Just have to play with the toys for 20
but they
seconds. Come on.
They wanted the kids to understand it. That was the whole point.
Yeah. Well, it kind of defeats the purpose then of getting the fast-speaking individual to do your commercial if you don't actually want a fast-speaking person to do the commercial.
Oh, Shang-Chi 2 in 2026. Eternals 2 in 2027.
Really? Huh.
Really? They announced this stuff after I do a Phase 5 Marvel stream? Fucking hell.
Wow. Sorry, nerd news. I think you might want to know that, man.
Well, who is asking for an Eternals 2? Because that one sucked.
I don't know, but it's part of the saga now.
I guess it's just part of the whole plan, so they kind of have to do it, right? Like the way the Marvel works, it's all part of a greater whole, so they can't not do it. Maybe they'll just introduce some more interesting characters or something.
Here, I'm trying to open this image for you, dude, so you can see. What the hell? This is not even clear. Shit.
Oh. All right, I gotta top up my tea mug.
Oh, and to go back to the Micro Machines talk a little bit, when Anti-Trucker got his little model of the Doomsday Machine,
Salty Trucker.
one of the things I sent him was a Micro Machine of the original Enterprise Constitution, because it's almost the exact same scale for it.
Just about.
Here we go. Here's the lineup.
Let's have a look at this. I gotta put my glasses back on.
Well, look at how many of these things were lackluster.
Okay, so
Jeez.
This is more movies
so they have
coming out.
they're including Phase 4.
We got
No.
WandaVision. Sorry. Yeah, that includes Phase 4. This is what the Marvels is right here. Where's it? Shang-Chi, Legend, 10 Rings. Well, this is the old one. Sorry, this is the old one. It's not the updated one. Sorry about that.
Yeah. This one is about half over already.
I was gonna say, some of these have
sorry about
already happened. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the wrong image. Sorry.
Okie dokie.
But I mean, Ironheart is dead on arrival as far as I'm concerned. Marvel's probably is too.
I just rewatched Loki, and I actually quite enjoyed the show on second watching.
Yeah, I liked it. I just didn't like the "you're amazing" stuff.
What the hell is
I
this?
didn't mind it.
Dialogue is so bad.
I didn't tab it. Sorry, guys.
Themselves.
Yeah, I really
So
liked
far,
it. Go ahead.
To me, I want to. What do you think is actually worse, Eternals or Doctor Strange at this point? Because Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness pissed me off because of all the character development they decided to get rid of for Wanda to make that one. So those two are the one. Eternals is just bad in my opinion. Doctor Strange at times pisses me off.
I like Doctor Strange. It was a Sam Raimi movie, and I never cared for Wanda very much, so I was fine to see her go to the way of the villain and then die, or seemingly die.
Probably not dead anyway.
On Anzo's channel, we ranked the
30 nobody's actually dead anymore thanks to the multiverse. So I mean,
yeah,
I just don't think that like a mountain collapsing on her would kill her.
Probably not.
No.
But I mean, there's so many things here that I'm just not interested in. The only thing I'm interested in right now in terms of like comic book movies is over on the DCEU side. I am curious as to the Swamp Thing film that James Gunn has planned. That's it.
I have not heard about that, but a James Gunn helmed Swamp Thing might be fun.
Well, it's supposed to be a horror film. It's just part of his lineup. He won't be directing it.
Pickles will be excited about Agatha having her own show or movie.
Oh yeah, I'm hooted.
Yeah.
It was Agatha all along.
No, the one I'm looking forward to the most.
About the Agatha Pickles.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Fantastic Four, there's no way they're going to get that right now. I mean, they've been making so many heavy modifications to characters that they're basically in name only. I don't see that could possibly be any good at this point.
Gunn said that he is doing casting, and the very first person he's going to cast is Sue Storm. That's the very first person going to cast. Everybody else can be secondary. So basically, Sue Storm. So
who is casting? Who is casting?
Gunn.
James Gunn has nothing to do with the Fantastic Four movie.
Not Gunn. Sorry, what's his name?
Feige.
Feige. Thank you, Feige.
Yeah, see that's part of the problem there. The Fantastic Four is always centered around Reed, the husband. If they want to set it around the only female member of the team, then it's that they're building it off of an inaccurate foundation to begin with. So
well, it could still be a good story. I don't really care. I'm not that attached to any of the source material.
Right.
The only one there that I'm really not interested in would be Echo, because that character wasn't that exciting in the Hawkeye series.
Echo's supposed to get the draw because Kingpin and Daredevil are supposed to make appearances in the show. That's what they're relying on.
Even so, it doesn't. I don't know.
It might be one of those ones that, like Captain America: Civil War, which his name might be on it, but it was definitely more of an Avengers film.
Yeah.
Right. So, a Cap-centric Avengers film.
Yeah.
Oh well.
So,
I mean, it was good while it lasted, but I mean, what they're doing now is they're going and doing the same things that other studios had done with superhero films prior to Phase 1, and in Phase 1 they did, in 2 and 3 they didn't do those things, and that's one of the things that made MCU so much better than those other attempts. So now they're going back to modifying the hell out of MODOK, and just they're trying. They're making them for normies now, and they're not trying to get inside the material and bring it to life. They're essentially reacting to the material now, and they're reacting it for normies. That's why I'm out.
Well, see, I liked Quantumania, and I liked what they did with MODOK, because let's face it, MODOK was kind of a joke character, and they've already established that
MODOK was never a joke character. That's what you don't understand. He was never a joke character, but a normie who doesn't know his backstory just looks at him and you think, oh, that's Humpty Dumpty, and that's what they decided to turn him into.
Well,
I haven't seen Quantumania yet.
In the history of me, personally, MODOK has been a joke character ever since the 80s, and that's when I was born, so I kind of
Quantumania is not the first time MODOK was quote unquote a joke. You guys forgot about the Patton Oswalt cartoon show, MODOK?
Or
that's been relatively recent. But again, Marvel MCU used to get inside the characters and figure out what made them tick, and then bring them to life on the screen. They're not doing that anymore. That's the point I'm making.
Spider-Man. They did that for Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is a Sony film. It's just
and what he's saying is
tangentially.
they're not doing it anymore. Alive.
They did it for Spider-Man's character.
I'm saying, Elihu, listen to what you're saying. Listen to what I'm saying, and then listen to what you're saying. I'm saying they're not doing it anymore, and then you're saying, yes, they did one time. I mean, you see the non sequitur there. You see
he is saying that they did in the past do it, but that going forward, they don't appear to be doing that.
They're not doing it anymore, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
And Spider-Man is a Sony film that's tangential to the MCU anyway. So
I'm talking about the Tom Holland Spider-Man.
That's what I'm talking about. The Tom Holland Spider-Man. Those movies are made by Sony. They're not made by the MCU. They only get to use assets from the MCU.
Well, they're more of a cooperative effort. But I see what you're talking about, Darren. Or are you not going to use the whole MODOK rushing in saying, my name is Darren and I am not a dick?
Well, MODOK's name isn't Darren. I don't give a toss about what they did in Quantumania as far as that brings nothing to the character. All they did was take something that was superficially resembled MODOK and they made their own thing is what they did. And he was used for comedic effect, not for, MODOK is a monstrous, hideous intelligence in the comics that is not played for laughs. I know what he was, but you have to understand, from every on-screen portrayal of MODOK in my lifetime, he's been a joke. And I include the 90s Iron Man 8 animated show, if you ever watched that. Yeah, and they shouldn't have done that. They should have gone with the source material. They're not adhering to the source material like they were before, and that's why I think the quality's going down.
Darren, we had this argument a couple years ago, and I have to remind you of the statement I said. The Marvel movies are an adaptation of the comics, not an exact replica of it. The characters.
Okay, what part of what I said contradicts what you said?
That they're not following the comics because they're not actually following the characters.
What I said was that what made the MCU great in the beginning was their more strict adherence to the source material, because the source material is great, and now they're producing things that aren't great because they're not going with that source material.
Darren, the only change I would make to your statement is the original source material, because
that's what. Okay, yeah, all right. So if you want to be pedantic about it,
the portrayal of certain characters, in the last 30 years is a lot different than how they were portrayed when they were first made 50 years ago.
I agree.
Take Batman. He's not going by the original source material because Batman had a gun in the original source material.
But for example, we're talking about MCU, who try to keep up. Now, in Captain America, for example, they didn't go with a more modern version of Captain America. They started out with the World War II version, and then the Cold War version, and they didn't have now we've got the new version, which is essentially Falcon.
Look,
she's got a covered thumb.
Yay!
You didn't make two right hands. Yay!
I don't make two right hands. I know how to make a pair of gloves. I've made so many pairs of gloves in my life. I don't even have a pattern. I just know how to make gloves.
But no, Darren, I do agree with you, and Elihu, I think you're taking it. I think you're misunderstanding what Darren's trying to point out. Because Darren is correct when the way he's talking about it, but for me, it's an issue with him. It's not as much as an issue with me, because I'm going off of what's been done for the last 30 years, when he wants to go back even further.
Right.
And that's his opinion. I mean, it's a valid opinion.
Yeah, when you talk about source material, I'm a little confused about when you refer to source material. Are you talking about source material as the original depiction of the actual character, or the adaptation of another adaptation of character? Like, for instance, we'll talk about MCU. Okay, let's talk about Hulk. He was originally he was originally gray. He was an animal. Now all of a sudden,
actually, no, he wasn't originally gray. That was a retcon that came later. He's been green, except for on the very first cover of the first issue that had him on.
That was also,
but within
a printing error.
But within the story, he was green,
Well,
and
he was also,
so there's that. Go ahead.
What I was going to say was, in the original source material of the Hulk, he was a conscious hulking animal. When they came to the movies and stuff, he was nowhere like that. Hulk was a separate individual raging animal and separate Bruce Banner. So that wasn't original source material.
No, Elihu, you're wrong. He was always a Jekyll and Hyde type character.
Yeah.
In fact,
I think also that the real problem Darren is saying he has is not so much with any particular portrayal of a character, but that they're taking a character that had like a really interesting, like there were interesting characteristics and personality traits, and they've thrown those out the window, and that's more of the problem. But
to this day, they haven't even scratched the surface of what the Hulk actually is, and has been. The most accurate version we've gotten so far was the one that was featured in Thor Ragnarok, and they gave us one movie with him, and then took him away from us in the very next appearance. So that's and then they turned him into what has been often thought of as the most unpopular amongst Hulk fans version of him. I mean, everybody was just like, oh, we finally get the right, the character just right, and then they don't use that character anymore. They change him into this thing that nobody really wants.
Well, I think, to be honest, Darren, I think the reason they did that is they needed an intelligent Hulk to do the snap.
Well, the reason why they got rid of the Hulk in Infinity War is because they already had Thanos in so many scenes, and they're expensive characters to animate. So then in the second film, they did bring us an intelligent Hulk, but Thanos wasn't in it as much in the second one, and they didn't share any screen time and such. In any great
for storytelling purposes, when they decided that to undo the original snap, when Hulk snaps to bring everyone back.
Right. Oh yeah. I mean, he was the right choice, but and I thought they were going to actually. What I thought was interesting was when right before he puts the Stark Gauntlet on, he mentions that it's putting out a lot of radiation, including gamma, which I'm somewhat resistant to. I don't remember the exact line, and I thought, okay, this is great. He's gonna have to sacrifice his cure to bring everybody back. That's a heroic thing. It also would restore the previous version, and they didn't go that route. I
definitely agree with you. That would have been a better way of handling it.
Yeah.
Especially now, me and Mrs. Vile only watched the first 2, maybe 3 episodes so far of She-Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
And that would have been a better way of going through Hulk, him teaching her how to handle being Hulk, if it was Hulk teaching her and Banner teaching her, not Banner Hulk.
Yeah, well, She-Hulk was just a total failure as far as I'm concerned. But it's there now. But whether it's actually considered, part of the overall history of the MCU remains to be seen. I mean, you haven't seen all of it yet, so I mean, they do some really stupid things, make some very poor choices by the end of that series, and I mean, it could have been good. She-Hulk actually could have been a really good show, but
things that I liked about it.
They again, they went with a particular version of the character that came about in the late 80s that worked in comics, but I don't think it would work for TV because it would be too much like a Woody Allen movie or an Ally McBeal type thing. And the reason why they did that was because it was easier. It's for a TV production.
And I think also, there's so many budgetary constraints that we don't always know, like to the degree. Because I mean, you hear so much, hey bird, kapla. There's so much we don't hear about, but we do hear about, like they're, the animators, the animation, contracting going out to the lowest bidder, and how underpaid all the animators are, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, that is an issue.
So, hey bird. And that's going to end up having an effect on the final product. That maybe they had better storylines and plots they wanted to go with, but they were just prohibitively expensive given their budget restraints, right? Like we always think, we want this, we have this idealized view of what we should get, and then they can't do it because they don't have the, money to do it for whatever reason. So we end up kind of getting disappointed, but it's not that they didn't have good ideas. It's that they couldn't realize their good ideas.
Well, one of the things that kind of bothered people was in the comics, Jen Walters gets injured critically, and her cousin Bruce Banner saves her life in part by giving her a blood transfusion.
Right.
And this is what gives her her powers.
Right.
In the show, they get into a car accident and she saves him, but gets his blood on her, and that's what does it. And,
but I kind of like the throwback way they did that scene, though. That was pretty good. So the TV show from
well, that was later in the show. I'm talking about her actual origin in the show. Yeah. But yeah, it's and I can kind of see, okay, they want to give her more agency, sure, as long as it's still a blood transfusion.
Well, also, I'm not sure that this Bruce Banner in this universe would have agreed to give her a blood transfusion, knowing that it would have made her a Hulk. He might
you're right.
To it, right? Like that particular character has like a very specific moral compass.
Well, he knows what can happen because of the events in the 2008 Hulk film, and so that again, that was something we can work with there, but there were other problems with the character. Her comparing all of the hardship she has to endure, like catcalling and stuff and stuff that she has to endure, to all of the stuff that Bruce Banner's gone through, and it came off as incredibly petulant and selfish when she said that, and I think that the people making the show didn't recognize that would happen. That would be the reaction.
Yeah, that actually didn't really bother me that much. But I think that from a female perspective, you feel a lot differently about that kind of thing. Like it's sort of like you can't walk a mile in that person's shoes. Like, there's shit like the women have to put up with it, and men just won't understand. They just won't understand.
Yeah,
right?
When Caddy,
well, vice versa too. I mean, there's a lot of things that men put up with that women, and for her not to recognize that, was a huge problem for me.
Nobody's going to be able to walk a mile in another person's shoes. You just can't do it, right?
Well, then you don't behave the way she behaved in that moment.
Well,
that's the idea there.
What were you going to say, Mike?
The irony is that she talked about how well she controls her anger while losing her temper.
Well, the only thing I was going to add was I couldn't believe when Caddy was telling me how, she's walking to work and she's actually getting catcalled by people driving past, literally doing the whistle, doing the baby as they're driving past, and she's just like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's gross.
I mean, I'm like, people really do that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I was kind of amazed about that, and literally, like, I'll call her, before she's going to work, so I'll be on the phone with her, and someone did it while we were on the phone.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Some women like that too. I'm sorry to say, some of them do.
I don't even understand the point of it. It seems really illogical. Like, what sort of what response do people expect?
Yeah, to me, it's a playful thing. It's not like an actual like they're seeking them out. It's just
unnecessary, but sure.
But to do a comparison, I was parked at a stoplight, and I was turning left, so I'm like basically in the middle of the the street.
Yeah.
And a car pulls up in front of me, and it's a 1967 Corvette.
Nice.
And out of involuntary reaction, I see this Corvette, and I just go.
Yeah.
But the poor timing at the time was a woman was crossing the street.
Oh, no.
And she yells at me, "How dare you whistle at me?" And I was like, "Oh, no, ma'am. I was whistling at the Corvette behind you. I didn't even see you."
Oh, jeez. Even worse.
Then I'm not kidding. Then she yelled at me, "What? I'm not good enough for you?"
Yeah. See,
damn.
That's
Damned
pretty
if you
typical.
do, and damned
I
if
just
you
want to point out,
don't.
you're right about the whole walking a mile. I could never understand someone whistling at a woman
Yeah.
or being whistled at. And then, the experience from a guy's point of view, it's all fucked up. It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I like the old Corvettes. I couldn't help myself.
Right.
Yeah, I probably would have. Yeah. I do like a nice Corvette.
I wouldn't whistle on a car.
It's a Corvette.
Still, I wouldn't whistle on a car.
It's a pre-70s Corvette.
Yeah.
I like them.
Still, I wouldn't whistle on a car.
And how you doing, Captain? So, but yeah, certain cars I see, I can't help it.
Yep. There's a few of them.
Granted, my dream car is a 57 Corvette, not a 67.
Yeah.
But
The farm next to the farm I work at had a 1927 Model T. And I was like, oh, I should buy that. But I didn't have anywhere to put it. So it was only $5,000 or something they were selling it for. And I'm like,
Oh,
ooh,
damn.
I know, right?
I'll buy that.
I have no idea. I have no idea if it ran.
There's
But,
no way
yeah.
to keep that here in the city.
It would have been fun. Jeeps are also cool, but I'm not going to whistle at a Jeep. It's not like whistle worthy.
No.
I mean,
never-
a nice looking Jeep is definitely nice, but
an older Cobra or an older Mustang, T-Bird, Corvette, even a Chevelle, something like that you can whistle at.
never an El Camino.
My dream car is a 69 AMX.
What about an Edsel? Whistle on an Edsel, guys. Come on.
No, fuck the Edsel.
No. Yeah, only it's shock that it's still on the road and running.
Yeah.
They didn't make very many of those, though.
As they should not.
One of the things that pissed me off is this happened a few years ago. I was taking the Vile Child to school, and we passed a auto place that was working on a Corvette. It was like a 70s era Corvette with all the lines.
Yep.
But they had cut it in half and attached an El Camino back end to it.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
And they were at the time of it, as I'm driving past, I saw they were trying to use Bondo to connect the steel end and the fiberglass front together, and I was like, no.
Damn.
I almost threw a hissy fit, and of course my kid is like, what the fuck are you talking about, Dad? Who cares? I'm like, you don't do that to a Corvette.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a 70s era one. You don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I got somebody in the underground. 1 second.
Very good.
Well, I can drop him down then. You'll let me know when he wants to back up.
Puntman. Dear.
Darren's trying to show off something.
That's my dream car. 1969 AMX.
Cool.
Let's
Looks
see.
like a Pinto.
No,
Looks like a Pinto from the side, man.
This was the only competitor to the Corvette in the 3 years it was in production.
Sorry, from the side it looks like a Pinto.
You're an idiot.
It doesn't really look like a Pinto.
So, yeah.
I'll show.
This one belonged to my dad.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's got sentimental view. Sentimental
More
stuff.
than a lot of. Yeah, you're right. It's absolutely sentimental value is fairly big on my decision there.
LDD, what is a nimnut?
That's a new word he came up with the other day.
You want to come back up? I thought you were busy.
Dude, no, that didn't mean drop me down, you.
Nimnut.
I can handle my own. I can handle my own microphone, man. You didn't have to kick me out.
Not from
Jeez
what I-
Louise.
Don't be petulant.
You know, I can talk to people in the underground without bothering you. Like, come on now, shit.
Was it someone
Besides, they
in
left
stage?
anyway.
Should we say
They saw. No, they left.
All right. What? Okay.
They saw we were on Vile and they ran fast.
Trabajo mi computadora. Trabajo mi computadora.
Desarme las nalgas, Pepe.
I thought I turned off my mic. I'm sorry, guys.
No, you didn't. Mike,
Right, all right.
Mike
No.
on.
Yeah, all right.
I missed that.
As I
Can
said,
you
trying to explain to a 5-year-old.
Mhm.
This is what my old car looked like. More of a cherry
Nice.
red,
Yeah.
but I got pissed off because I wanted to paint it metallic blue, and because it
Mhm.
was being stored at my dad's house and he paid for it, the paint job, he painted it cherry red.
Ah,
Mhm.
So,
well,
Yeah.
I do like red cars, so I'm not
Yeah.
totally sad about that.
Yeah, convertibles are, you hardly ever see them around here because obviously we have snow and rain, and the dry places get the convertibles. But AMC vehicles are still a matter of state pride here in Wisconsin. So that's another factor in my choice. But yeah, that's a nice car, Vile.
Never been into cars.
well, the way we got that car was one of our neighbors had a bunch of classic cars, an old Mustang, an old Chevelle, and some other stuff, and he was selling them off so he and his wife could buy another house somewhere else and retire.
Mm.
But they needed some work done, and after working on the first 4, instead of giving us money, he gave us the GTO.
Ah, such a sad thing to have happen. Not.
Free
Well, I was
car,
like, well, I
okay?
can either give you the $8,000 I promised you, or I can just give you the GTO. We
Could you
took the
sell that for $8,000?
More than 8,000.
Well, there
No,
you
it
go.
was worth about $40,000 at the time.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's more money. You just have to sell it.
You got another $40,000 laying around.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have it anymore due to friggin' Texas law. Fucking Texas law.
I'll take payments.
No, what happened was while the guy gave it to us, because I lived in Texas, I couldn't file the paperwork, so my dad had to. And apparently my dad forgot to file the fucking paperwork.
Oops.
So after he passed away, the original owner's daughter basically took it back.
No, for
Because-
fuck's sake, that's annoying.
I could have fought her in court, but it would have involved me traveling to Texas over and over again, and it was just not worth it at the time because my dad had just died.
Ugh.
All right, I'm breaking for lunch. I'll see you guys some other time. Right?
All right, later.
Yeah.
He's breaking for lunch, and I'm still drinking my first cup of coffee. Granted, it's 20-ounce coffee, but still.
I just got another cup.
I don't know if Mrs. Vile is still listening in, but if she is, I have the coffee maker set to make coffee. All you got to do is hit the button. Let me know if you do that.
I'm going to put the kettle on to make more tea, but I'll have to move myself into the other room so that the noise doesn't bother us.
Hey, LVG, are you going to do anything about that follow-up about the post I did about blogging? What DeSantis is doing about blogging?
Not right
That
off
is
the
act-
bat.
That is an actual law, by the way. He is signing it into law.
Sorry, say that again. She came out and tried to talk to me.
Yeah,
Not
it's not a
Mrs.
joke,
Vile.
dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. You can always find a way around a law. There's loopholes. That's just bullshit.
Sorry, the
You won't
loopholes
see me
mostly
doing
exist
caring
when
about
you got money to explore those loopholes.
Yeah, well, find money.
Why don't
Find
you write
money.
write a blog, LVG, and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, LDG,
Exactly.
thank you for that advice. You've solved all my problems. All I got to do now is just find money.
I don't need to anymore because now people can blog using AI, and the AI is the scapegoat. You can still say what you want, but have the AI say it, and
But
that
it's still
way
registered.
How
It's
does
you're
still
that-
not the
registered under
one.
you.
You're not the one.
Find money.
It's still on your
Huh?
blog.
No, I'm
How does
saying
that
there's a
make you
law
find
that
money?
says if you, what's the law again? Can you let Vilemike know what's going on because he doesn't have a clue?
Okay, in the layman's terms, if you are a Florida resident and you blog negative comments about the governor or any basically affiliated state official, you can be fined and or imprisoned.
Oh, I can't wait to see that go before the Supreme Court.
I know. That's basically something
Yep.
the law DeSantis is signing into bill.
That DeSantis is a bit of a creeper, man.
Yeah, Disney did something negative against him, and all of a sudden he took their status away just because they pissed him off. Like, gee, really?
Yeah,
How
that
much money
whole
does
thing
Disney give you a year? Come on.
That
$2
whole
billion
thing
a
seems
year.
super sketch because they still donated to his election campaign.
Yeah, but Disney donates to almost everybody's election campaign.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, they want to get in every politician's good graces, so they will do stuff like extend the copyrights on their crap.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, speaking of Disney, dude, I might get a chance to go down there because the price is slowly coming down for Orlando. So it looks like for the end of the month, I might come down there.
That'd be cool, dude.
Well,
Yeah, I'll let you know because I'm looking at prices. Right now, it's like about $1,000. I'm like, shit.
Well, the only traveling I want to do in the near future is Mrs. Vile wants to go bug Yvette and go out there.
If I had a passport, I'd fly
I want
across
to
the
go
pond.
visit Yvette as well.
If I had a passport, I'd be flying across the pond right now, but I don't. But LDG can give me into Disney World for free, so hey.
Mm.
And Jordan seems to think that Disneyland or Disney World doesn't pay taxes.
Huh.
Literally 25% of all taxes brought in to the state of Florida are from Disney World.
Yeah.
So
it's about an average of $2 billion a year they supply to the state of Florida. That's a lot of money. Yeah, they contribute to the state because they want their business. They was like, hey, Florida, help us out here. And then they pissed off DeSantis and some kind of comment, and he reneged their status, and now they have no kind of free status, something like that.
He seems to be kind of a super sensitive snowflake type.
I think you're right.
Well, he's the type of person who wants to be able to say bad stuff about everybody he doesn't like, but if anyone says anything bad about him, he wants to silence them.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a bit of a wet blanket.
You are all welcome, and Blackpool opens for the season in 6 weeks. Well, it wouldn't be in 6 weeks.
Yeah, my passport cannot get here in 6 weeks. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just getting my passport stuff sorted out right now, but half the time it'll probably be me traveling to the States because my boss wants me to travel with him when he goes on sales trips.
Yeah, I would have foregone Hawaii to go to England if I had a passport.
Mm. I haven't been
I
in
would never have foregone
a
Alaska.
long time. God, the last time I was back in England, I think I was in my late 20s. It's been forever since I've been back there.
I've always wanted to go across the pond.
Mm.
I know that can
Okay,
take
so
time to pay first.
basically, this what happened is they were already paying taxes, but their taxes are going to go up 2.24%. And that amount is like it's supposed to be around 60 or an additional 53 million per year.
Besides, it's not like Disney's any different than any other mega business. All the big businesses get out of paying taxes.
Yeah.
As much as possible, yeah.
It's just that Disney pissed off DeSantis, so he went exactly after Disney.
Well, they had a special deal where they dealt with they didn't pay as many, they didn't pay the local taxes because they paid for road maintenance and garbage pickup and all the stuff taxes would go towards. They paid all for that sort of stuff. So it actually probably ends up costing Florida more if they take away that special status. I'm
That's
sure
what
the
people
business
say.
still pays taxes on other stuff.
Hold on. So I'm just doing some math on the computer real quick. Whoops, that's the wrong
Ooh.
button.
Mathing is difficult. Make sure you don't have issues reading out numbers like that Marjorie Trader Green lady does.
Okay, so
See-
basically before Disney was paying essentially $2.65 billion a year in taxes, and now they will be paying $2.7 billion a year in taxes.
Okay, hang on a second. Bird's comments. Basically, you still have to register to make an opinion. No, that's freedom. It's impediment of the freedom of speech. You should not have to register anything to say anything.
No. It's not going to be under the freedom of speech. It's going to be under freedom of the press.
Freedom of press, sorry. Yeah, because you should not
It's
be able to
still First
pay to have
Amendment.
your opinion. Yeah. I'm not going to pay the state of Florida to give my opinion on the state of Florida. No.
Well, and
I'm gonna state it.
I think it's actually only if you get paid for your, like, if you get income from your comments. Hang on, my
Either
kettle.
way, it's still
Yeah, I think it's
ridiculous.
something about
It's
income
still-
on con.
Yeah, if you do get income, yeah, it basically like yeah, you're right, Ellie. I don't care if you are paid or not. You do not need to register to say your opinion. If I'm a Florida resident, and I get paid to be blogging, I say, DeSantis is a prick. He's an asshole. He's doing this and this and this. I am not going to register to the state of Florida to say that because that's my opinion. I don't care if he agrees or disagrees or not. I'm not going to pay anybody to state my personal opinion.
Well, no, here's my question, though. If the servers are not located in Florida, does he actually have any control over it?
I don't know.
Or is
but
he
I'm not
just
gonna-
trying to control his own citizens?
It kind of
no.
seems like a bit of a slippery slope and an overreach in either case.
Still, I'm not going to register just to speak my own mind. No.
Well, either way, Bert, it's quite a fascist move.
It does seem like a slippery slope, and it does seem kind of unnecessary. You should be allowed to say whatever you want about elected officials without them, like,
Whether you're making money off of it or not.
adding you to their enemies list.
And even Bert is saying he doesn't like it, but he gets
Yes.
it. And
Yes.
we all get it. It's still not.
It seems a little suspicious.
Yeah, and I honestly doubt that it would get past the Ninth Circuit. I mean, come on. If it even goes before the Supreme Court, I'd like to see it in the Ninth Circuit before then.
Yeah, I don't think even the Supreme Court would agree with that one. And they're pretty right wing right now, so.
I mean, could you
Yeah.
imagine, imagine the state of California doing something like that, saying that, if you're going to talk negatively about the state of California, yeah, I know the Ninth Circuit isn't in Florida, but it's the appellate court, Bird. They get to see almost everything before it goes to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, when you want to challenge something, you don't automatically go to the Supreme Court. It does go through.
Are they in the Ninth Circuit or are they in a different circuit?
No, the Ninth Circuit basically handles almost all appeals before it goes to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, they decide whether or not, okay, let the Supreme Court handle it, or we'll decide it.
I think the actual Ninth Circuit is based, I want to say in New York, but I'm not entirely sure.
Hmm.
First says Florida.
Yeah, he misspelled Florida isn't in the Ninth Circuit, but he put Deloidia.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the D is up by the
He's
F. I see you.
correcting himself. I thought it was 11th Circuit, but maybe, I don't know. In any case, the circuit judge the circuit court that it goes to before the Supreme Court.
Yeah. That's because it's an appellate court.
Hmm.
Oh, and Bird is here now, so he has to say his.
That's better.
Yeah, so sorry, apologies on my typo there.
No, we got it.
But
That's
thank
all
you,
good.
Dandelion. Yes, you. So
I do that all the time.
hello world, it's Berto Prey 5 Cupla.
Kapla bird.
And how you
And,
doing?
Couple
I
yeah.
don't think that everything goes before the Ninth Circuit on
No,
its
no,
way
no.
to the Supreme Court.
Not
Okay.
everything goes before the Ninth Circuit, but
No, but
most
whatever
things go,
state you're in, it goes to your circuit.
Yeah, there's
not
like
necessarily.
Supreme Court. Yeah,
I will
well,
tell you right now that even though that's an East Coast court, a lot of filings when I was working for the law firms I worked for, they had to do appeals in the Ninth Circuit before they would go to the Supreme Court because it was the Ninth Circuit kind of acts like a stopgap.
But isn't that
But
your
it's-
circuit where you are, and there's a
that's
different
because,
circuit?
yeah,
in
that's
different
because you're in
places?
California, and the Ninth Circuit covers California. It's
Yeah,
also the most liberal of all the.
I
I
circuits.
thought I thought the Ninth Circuit was New York.
No.
No, Ninth is out in the West. I think it's like, what is it? Texas and California, somewhere else. Isn't it 11th Circuit in Florida?
I thought 11th was New York.
I don't know. I'm not too sure. Somebody will have to Google that. I'm not even in the States, so I'm only vaguely like I knew it was you were talking about it going to the circuit judges or the circuit court, but I don't.
I know we had
New
clients
York is
in
the second
Florida that we were
circuit.
filing with
Okay.
the Ninth Circuit, but these were class actions.
Yeah, it would
New York.
depend on where the business they were filing against was. If that business is registered in California, then they would have to file in the Ninth Circuit. But
See,
even if they would
a
not,
lot of people suing or whatever, they try to get some reason to do it in the Ninth Circuit because it's so, it's the most liberal of them all. And almost every business, nationwide business, there's some reason that you could say, well, California is a venue.
Mhm.
And if they have any reason to have a venue in California, you can do your lawsuit through the Ninth Circuit.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's why isn't
That's
it
why
like
almost
isn't it
yeah.
like the biggest? Like, isn't it have the biggest economy?
by population, sure.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, California has the largest economy, and
Thank you. That's what I meant.
I
Yes.
don't know if the economy has much to do with the court system per se. I
Well,
don't know.
no, but that would be how you would tie a business to the Ninth Circuit would be
Oh,
because
yeah.
Florida is like such a large economic driver that most businesses do have ties to
Like
California.
for instance, the law firm that I actually worked for was part of a conglomerate of law firms across the nation, and the main headquarters was in Texas, but almost everything we filed was either Ninth Circuit or 12th Circuit. Because we did these massive nationwide class actions cases.
Yeah, no, Florida is in the Ninth Circuit.
Well,
Ninth Judicial Circuit Court of Florida. 11th.
We're talking about a different Ninth Circuit then. That
Oh,
might
okay,
be
no.
the state court.
It's 11th. It says here 11th. 11th Circuit, I think.
But yeah, it's definitely going to go to one of the appellate courts beforehand, before it goes to the Supreme Court.
as it should, and as it will probably get thrown out.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
in the meantime,
I mean, a lot of the stuff that DeSantis.
In the meantime, just have your AI write your
I
stuff
know
for you. And
that's just
blame that.
ridiculous. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Well, I
nothing
know
means
he
anything.
does do a lot of stuff that gets immediately like shut down by the courts, but you don't hear
Yeah.
about that part. So he's doing a lot of it just for like clout in a sense, like just to like
It's to
look like
appease
he's
his
doing
base.
stuff.
He wants to look like he's doing stuff without actually doing stuff.
Yeah.
Well, seems like he's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
It's
but
the same that Mike said. He's doing stuff that seems like he's doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems like he's doing stuff. He's not really doing shit.
now this whole Disney thing will probably stick because Disney's decided not to fight anything about it because let's
That
face it,
just saves the money.
yeah, they're like, it's increasing their, as I did the math, it's increasing their tax bill from 2.65 billion to 2.7 billion.
But
That's not a leap.
But it means they're no longer also responsible for all the stuff they were responsible for in their
Yeah.
little protectorate area. So
So
it'll end up costing the state more.
yeah, probably.
Which means Disney World can get back to cleaning their own parks again. Because people have been complaining about the dirtiness of Main streets.
Mm. I don't know. I don't.
I've never been to Disney World.
I'm not a
World.
Disney person. I don't want to go to any of those.
I used to be.
Yeah, I was watching some shorts and about Disney World because I don't want to go hang out with LG Disney World, and I'm like, okay, what can I expect? And people, most of these little shorts are, look at the trash on Main Street. Look at this. There's even a cigarette butt here. I'm like, okay, Main Street is dirty now. What the hell's going on at Disney World?
A cigarette butt makes it dirty.
Yeah, no, you're not supposed to smoke on Main Street.
Oh no, I wasn't even talking about the maintenance
You can't
within
smoke
their,
anywhere. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
within their Florida, within their park. I meant the local community. They were actually doing like road maintenance and garbage pickup, and they were responsible for most of the stuff that like not just within the park, but also within the some of the surrounding communities, what they had responsibility for. And this has taken away that responsibility and put it back on the state. Sorry, not province.
I had to look it up. Disney World is not smoke free. They have designated smoking areas.
Yeah, there's like 3 of them that are on the edges of the parks.
Either way, I just wanted to make sure about that because as a smoker, I'd want to make sure I could smoke.
Oh yeah, trust me, I looked at that too.
It's like I'm sorry, I love my kids, but there's no way I could take my kids to a place like that without needing to smoke at least twice.
Yeah, that's why I made sure. I was like, can I smoke at Disney World? Good.
And it was real funny. I pick up my kids from school on Friday. One of the kids is immediately, can I just leave my backpack in your car and go to the park where I get a good cell signal so I can talk with my friends? And I'm like, no, you can take it into the house. But then I can't just go to the park.
Yeah.
No.
Children have different logic.
And of course, she's like, I'm not hungry. So can I just go to the park? I'm like, fine, but I'm still making sandwiches for your brother and sister. I start making sandwiches. Suddenly it's, I'm hungry. Can you make me a sandwich before I go to the park?
Uh-huh.
I'm like, as long as you sit down and eat it with us. Fine. Can I have another sandwich now?
I'm glad I never spawned.
Sorry.
Yes, I never felt any such great compulsion myself. I mean, it's awesome for people who do. I love my nieces, but yeah, I don't think I would have been a good parent.
Well, there's always the option of just being a good step parent.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it definitely wouldn't be a deal breaker if I was to date someone who had children.
Oh, I can't tell you how many women I dated before Mrs. Vile that having kids, at the time I only had one kid.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, nope, sorry, I don't date single fathers.
Yeah, see, that wouldn't be a deal breaker for me. That wouldn't bother me at all. I mean, especially because I never had kids. So, I don't have an issue with, helping out with someone else's.
Yeah, I agree with that statement. I would never date a single father.
Well, as far as I know, Elihu, you're not gay or bisexual.
I would never date a man.
I could be wrong, but
straight. I got nothing against people who are bi or gay.
It's just not you.
Neither do I.
It's just not me.
I understand.
I mean, I'm literally, at least one of my kids is gay.
My sister's gay.
So it's like, I have no issues with that, but I'm just saying, I thought it was funny the way you said that because.
Oh. I was trying to make a joke.
But you could date single mothers.
Yes, I have no problem dating single mothers. I have.
There you go.
And I have dated single mothers in the past. It was fine. Still didn't work out, but.
Well, evidently it did.
I never dated a
woman. Married someone with children?
No, Mrs. Vile doesn't have any kids. She has nieces and nephews.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I never dated a woman who has a kid who considered her dog as a kid.
Okay, so tell me about your children then. Sorry, how are they connected to you?
Okay, I have one daughter that I had with the girl I dated in high school, which did not
Okay.
last post high school.
But that's a bio daughter.
Yes.
Okay.
Then about 12 years ago, almost 13, I had a one-night stand and basically had a kid that the mom didn't want me involved and then cut me out of everything. But the
Yeesh.
kid wanted me in her life, and since she's been 10, I've been back in her life.
Nice.
But that kid has a brother and sister that are not related to me.
Okay.
I've basically adopted as my kids anyway, because I treat them all the same.
Okay.
So only 2 of them are biologically mine, but I consider all 4 of them mine because
Okay.
I'm around them as much as their stepdad and their bio dad. Actually, more than their stepdad and their bio dad.
Okay. Cool.
Or the
All
closest
right.
thing they have to a stepdad, I should say.
Not to be nosy, but I was just trying to like
no.
sort out the thing. Okay, so you have 2 bio children and 2 like stepchildren-ish,
Yes.
sort of.
But
you were never like, yeah, okay. No, that seems cool. All right. Okay, so all the children are in the US,
yes.
and then you just go and visit your wife in Mexico, and she
She's
just
not
has
my wife. We're not married yet.
But
we
you're
call her Mrs. Vile because the character.
okay. All right.
Or Miss Cardenas.
Yeah, it's easier to say Mrs. Vile than Vilemike's girlfriend.
No,
Gotcha.
Senorita Cardenas.
Well, I mean, even if that's like the nature of the relationship is as though you were married, that's fine. That makes sense to me too, because personally,
my
I'm
dad and
anti-marriage,
stepmom
so
were married for
whatever.
My dad and stepmom were married for 20 years, 10 of which they lived in separate states.
Speaking of Mrs. Vile, has she ever brought you coffee?
Well, she might not be listening, but no, she hasn't brought me a coffee yet. But I'm not going to complain about that. I can go inside and make more coffee real quick. In fact, since we've been going for 2 hours, let me take a Geloja break and I'll make more coffee and I'll be back so you guys are in charge.
Oh, goody.
Oh, crap.
I was actually about to take a Geloja break myself and go pour some more tea.
Bird, LDD, looks like it's up to us.
Well, I was going to say Dandelion's in charge because she's the most responsible one out of the 4 of you, but...
Are you kidding?
No, she's not.
I'm responsible for shit, man. I never had children. I'm 52. I live alone in a rental house. You honestly think I'm a responsible person?
Come on. Look what you're talking to.
Way. Being Canadian automatically makes you more responsible.
Oh, good grief.
She hasn't said sorry yet, so...
Probable. Man, oh man.
All right.
She's not responsible. She hasn't said sorry.
I'll be right back.
I'll wait till he returns, and my tea can steep for longer. I'm sure it won't get over steeped at all. But
So you just like what? If you make chamomile tea, do you like sugar? Would you want sugar?
I don't put any sugar in my tea. I just put a little bit of milk in. It was what did I make? Oh, I made Earl Grey tea. Lovely.
I'm not a tea drinker.
I drink exclusively tea. I mean, no, that's not true because I also drink like scotch and cider, wine.
I was gonna say, where's your wine?
And water. Are you kidding? Come on, Eli. I'm not gonna be drinking wine at 10 in the morning. Not at least I wouldn't let you. I wouldn't say.
You'll be sipping something like, yeah, it's tea. Yeah, that's it.
Even for Vilemike's Vices stream, I'm not gonna be drinking this early in the day. I have too many things to do. Do we know if Chris is doing any streaming today?
I am not sure. He's supposed to Bad Batch to Monday, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, I have barely had a chance to be on that one, which is fine. The show's kind of like sort of tepid, although the last episode was reasonable.
I think he's mad at me because last week he's like, I texted him because of all the rain. I wanted to go lick observatory for this.
The
we're gonna close, and I told him, okay, I need to find somebody else to do tomorrow night for Monday night. He's like, okay. Then I told him, like, I'm going to a planetarium show. He's like, you knew what we're doing this. I'm like, I told you I was finding out. I'm like, I think he's mad at me for that.
I doubt he's really mad at you. He doesn't tend to get that mad at people about stuff.
Okay, because I didn't know if this was going to go on. I'm like, I want to go to Lick. I want to do something to do. I found a planetarium show. I went to that instead. I'm like, I didn't know Bad Batch was happening.
Let's see here today. Who's available for the show tomorrow? No, obviously I'm not available for it tomorrow.
Have you seen The Mandalorian?
Yep.
I think Danny's trying to find out who's going to be on the Mandalorian roundtable.
Nobody asked me yet.
Well, you're not on Twitter.
Well, I am on Twitter.
Oh, sorry.
I'm on Twitter for DMs. Like,
Oh.
Danny's got my DM. So he can ask. Sometimes he asks me. Maybe he was asking some other people first. On Mondays. Yeah, Mondays don't work for me at all. Because even if we do it a bit later in the day, I have class on Mondays. So I can't stay for the whole show. I have, because you got to do your, like, get home, make dinner kind of stuff.
Well, if nothing's going on tonight, I can actually watch the Bay Bridge lights get turned off.
Ooh.
Yeah, the Bay Bridge lights is an art installation that's been there for several years.
Oh.
But there's about 25,000 bulbs that are not working, that keep on going in and out, so they kind of not afford it anymore. So the lights get turned off the bridge at 8 p.m. tonight.
Ah.
Unless they can get $11 million.
Oh, I see. The installation ran out of funding. Gotcha.
Yeah, they can't keep up the maintenance, so they have to turn it off.
Right. Oh, good. Vilemike's back. My turn.
All right. I started the coffee pot. Mrs. Vile will bring it out to me once it's done.
The coffee pot itself? Wow.
Well, I put coffee in it and the water and filter and all that good stuff.
You should just have a hot plate and have it bring out the coffee pot itself.
It's funny you say that. On occasion, I have a gas butane stove that I keep in the car. I could actually buy a kettle and have it make poor man's coffee in the car while I'm doing a live stream in the car.
Why not? You have coffee. Just save her from coming outside.
Or I could just use instant. That way I don't have to do poor man's coffee.
That's disgusting, dude.
I like instant coffee. It's chemically the same. It's not that different.
It tastes disgusting. I don't like it.
It's in your head, Elihu. It's like saying that I don't like water when it's been frozen. It's chemically identical.
No, well, instant coffee tastes different than brewed coffee.
I didn't say that. I said it's chemically identical. Plus, one of the benefits of instant coffee, you can make it as strong as you want. And Mrs. Vile knows I like my coffee very strong and very sweet. I'm literally Miles O'Brien from Deep Space Nine. When he orders his coffee, he goes, double strong, double sweet. That's me.
Yeah, but you don't drink Ractacino. You don't drink Ractacinos.
Hold on, I want to mute myself because a car with music's going by.
I can hear it. I was going to say, you don't drink Ractacinos, though.
Is Bird taking a Gelogia break too?
No, I was just busy.
Well, what's your opinion on instant coffee? Because apparently,
I have none. I don't drink coffee. Never have.
Well, someone's going to be burned at the stake. LDG, what about you?
What, instant coffee? What's my opinion about instant coffee?
Yes.
Well, it's not quick enough. I'll tell you that much. No, I don't know. I've only had it a few times, mainly when I have English clients For some reason, their offices are fully stocked with English coffee. I mean, instant coffee.
English coffee.
English instant coffee. Yeah, it's even imported. But I don't know. I didn't quite mind it. I mean, it tastes different. Definitely, you can definitely tell when you're drinking instant coffee.
Yeah,
I would say it depends on the type of crystals that you're using. Because the stuff I'm using, yeah, I can definitely taste it when it's instant versus fresh. But there are some good instant coffee crystals that you could not tell the difference.
you have to find one.
But the scary part is that, like you said, you can make your coffee as strong as you want, so don't end up killing yourself.
Well, you know how I usually make my coffee in the morning now, LDG?
How's that?
I usually do 2 to 3 double shots of espresso before I even put anything else in.
I used to be that dumb.
Yeah, last time I went to the doctor, he was like, "You're drinking that much caffeine. You really need to stop. Your heart's going to explode."
Yeah, well, you should listen to the damn person, man. Don't rush to your next life.
I drink 1 pot of coffee a day, okay?
Well, if you...
Oh, good. All I missed was a conversation about coffee. I can handle that.
Okay, Danny Lane, what is your opinion on instant coffee?
I have zero opinion on instant coffee. I don't drink coffee.
Okay, we have 2 people that are going to be burned at the stake.
I've actually never had a cup of coffee in my entire life.
Yes, that's what Bird said. He's never had coffee.
Yeah. Way to go, Bird.
Yay.
Did you guys
I mean,
have
I don't care one way or the other, but
They were raised in a very sheltered life.
I mean, Mama probably loves coffee. It's certainly that there's certainly coffee always around. I guess I had a spoonful once to just taste what it tasted like.
I mean, I've had the
Like
flavor of
something.
coffee in foods.
Coffee and what?
I've been drinking coffee since I was about 8 years old.
Yeah, no, I
was
yeah,
one of
just
those
never,
people that I just love the taste.
I never got into it at all. Like, I just, drink tea.
I love me coffee in the mornings.
See, I
That's
can't
why
drink
whenever I
tea
book the
because it
hotel,
tastes like- tea usually to me tastes like a watered down beverage, and I can't stand that kind of stuff.
that's why when I booked the hotel, I had to make sure there's a coffee pot in every single room. I was pissed off when I went to DC. No coffee pots.
Nope.
Yeah, that was one of the major luxuries I was looking for. I don't care about Wi-Fi. I can go to the lobby. Just have a coffee pot in the room.
That was one of the things that irked me at some of the hotels is like they stopped putting coffee makers in some of the rooms, but you could always go to the lobby and they had coffee there. And
Yeah.
like, that's not what I want. I don't want to have to get dressed just to get coffee.
Well, you could just put a robe on.
You don't have to get dressed.
No, you could go down in your gym jams and,
And I bet after once or twice, the hotel would
I
find
don't
a coffee
wear gym
pot
jams.
and give it to you.
Yeah.
Please, sir, stop coming to the lobby. Here's a coffee pot for your stay.
And let's face it, most hotel coffee is gross. It's worse than instant.
I hate it when all they have is decaf. I'm like, that's never ever been invented.
Well, decaf is fine in the afternoons when you don't want the caffeine jolt, but you like the taste of coffee.
Yeah, but when you wake up in the morning, all you see is decaf. Like, no.
No, in the morning, if I see the word decaf on something, I get angry.
I don't understand who likes the taste of coffee, but wants it decaffeinated. It's like non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah, what's the
to
point?
me?
Well, I'll drink decaf type teas in the afternoon because if I have caffeine too late in the day, I won't sleep.
See, it's weird. I can drink caffeine right before bed and still go to sleep right away.
I used to be able to drink caffeine right before bed and go to sleep right away, but that is no longer the case.
don't say stuff like that because I don't want to get older then.
Yeah, trust me.
You may never. You may never.
You've only got one other option.
And I said you may never be affected by caffeine that way. I was. That's all I'm saying. Like I used to be able to drink like a cup of tea at any time of day, but now if I have if I have one after 12 o'clock with caffeine in it, then no, I won't be able to fall asleep.
Wow, 12 noon?
Yep. I'm
No, I have
1
exceedingly
p.m. It
caffeine
ruins your night.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my
someone else
God.
is here, I think,
Wow.
or someone's sharing.
I have seriously bad sleep issues. Yvette!
Hello, Yvette.
Yvette, you were
No.
waiting long, were you?
Yes, of course I was.
Were
No,
you
no,
waiting
you're fine. No, I've just
Okay.
finished off drugging mother and doing everything else. So I came
cool.
as soon as I could.
Yay! It's so good that you're here.
All right, Yvette, what is your opinion on instant coffee?
Well, over here, there's one instant coffee I like, only one, and that's Lor, Lor, and the O has in a le. It's French, and that's okay. And I keep that for emergencies. I have a Tassimo, so I have I can have Costa Coffee, Starbucks, but I tend to get classic espressos for that. And I've also got a coffee maker. So yeah. And I tend to get a blend of my beans. I have rich Colombian and what's the other one? If I can get it, Blue Mountain. Love Blue Mountain. When I was in Kenya, it was so cheap out there. I filled half my suitcase with tins of Blue Mountain. But yeah, there is one instant I don't mind at all. And people that have drunk it have thought it's been percolated. That's how good it is. But it is £8 for 100-gram jar. So it's really expensive.
Yeah, that's probably the ones I was talking about that I couldn't name any brands because I can't think of brands at the time. Let's see how much it is here.
LOR. If you put it in. Lor instant coffee.
Let's see. Looks like I can get 12 ounces for $12.
Wow. What? Oh, I don't know what's that in grams? Alexa, what's 12 grams in ounces?
12 grams is about 0.423 ounces.
I get 100 grams for £8.
Well, this is 12 ounces.
Yeah, 12 ounces. Alexa, what's 12 ounces in grams?
12 ounces is about 340.2 grams.
Wow, it's cheaper for you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you buy me a load and send it to me?
Apparently not. This is a company that is literally, it's called My Panier.
Panier.
Whatever. And it's something for the US only.
Okay, how about order this and have the shipping address to Yvette?
It's a French roast. This. Hang on, let me see how it's spelled on Amazon. Because it's got two names. Law Coffee. Oh, come on. They do a Law Coffee machine. I didn't know that. Law Coffee Instant. Right, so the Tassimo Law, which I do buy, is the regular price. They do an intense, which doesn't taste any different to the regular. Here we go, Law Classique. And what's the other one? It's called something else as well.
If you order it off of Amazon, It's about $3 an ounce.
Oh,
Well, if I buy 8, which I don't have a problem buying 8. Oh no, so this is 6. That's 100 grams. I'd buy 150 grams normally. So where is it? Let me go. Hang on. If I go to, because I bought it before. My shortcuts have changed. Buy again. There it is. Here we go. £33 for 6, which is exceptionally good value because they're £8 a jar in most supermarkets. So, but that is when, if I run out of my little pods or I haven't been able to get the coffee beans I want, I will drink that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's literally, if I get down to like 2 jars or 1 bag, or I start panicking. It's that sort of level of caffeine. I have to go and buy more before I open the last one.
yeah. If I get down to about 2 pots, my can, I'm like, I need more coffee. Crap.
The tea I drink, the only tea I will drink now. Mum likes a lot of Twinings flavors. Mine is English breakfast because it's a strong tea.
Ugh, but
And
Twinings is the worst brand. Ugh.
Well,
So, I don't like theirs as much as some of the other ones.
I've tried some English breakfast from others, and I was brought up on Twinings.
Right.
That was the only one
Right.
when I was little. So I still get Twinings English breakfast, but I wouldn't get anything else. English breakfast is a very strong tea. So if you don't like strong tea, you wouldn't like English breakfast. You want something like Earl Grey or even Lady Grey. Lady Grey is like gnat's piss. You know?
Yeah, no, I don't like Lady Grey at all.
No.
Earl Grey, hot. Of course it's hot.
I'll be honest with you. I've never even heard of Lady Grey before.
They bought it out for people that like their tea to look like milky water.
Yeah, it's very, very weak.
It is. I don't see the point. It's like taking an instant tea bag and just dipping it in and taking it out. That's the sort of level.
No. It's a nice tea.
I like my tea to taste like tea.
If I'm going to drink tea at all, which I'm not a big tea drinker, it has to be very strong.
Yes.
My mother used to
me
make sun
too.
tea as a kid all the time.
I mean, I drink more tea in the summer because what I do is I make lemon tea with the English breakfast tea. So I make lots of English breakfast tea, put it in my glass jar to cool. And once it's cold, I add lemons to it and lemon juice. I don't add sugar because I'm not a sugar person. And then it goes in the fridge. And then I've got fresh lemon tea for the day. And
You could actually pour the hot tea over the lemons, and then you'll actually get more lemoniness out of them.
Yeah, I mean, I'll put lemon in my tea anyway. Hot tea, I'll have lemon. Sometimes I'll have milk if I haven't got a lemon. But choice, probably a lemon is nicer with English breakfast. But if you go out, they just don't do that. They just put milk with it. So I'll have a little splash of milk just to... But I'll drink, like coffee, you know, once I gave up sugar, years and years ago, I gave up sugar. And I was a tea drinker then. 6 spoonfuls of sugar I used to have in my tea. I know,
Wow.
I know.
Sugar helps medicine go down.
Did you want some tea with your sugar?
Yeah, I know. It was terrible. And it wasn't spoonfuls really because it was cube sugar then.
Oh,
right.
So it was 6 cubes in it. And I made this. Yeah. I made this because they always ask you if you go to like the Ritz or the Grosvenor or Savoy or something for afternoon tea, they say 1 lump or 2. 6. And then look at you. I gave up sugar, and what I did was I stopped drinking tea and moved to coffee, and started using coffee mate creamer, powdered creamer.
Yes.
Right.
Because it's creamy, it
very
took the
explosive.
edge off the urge for sugar. Then I had to wean myself off the bloody creamer. It was a long, long process.
They do have sugar-free creamers.
You know that powder creamer is very combustible?
Is it?
Yes, it
Almost
is.
all powders are combustible. Elihu, you know that.
Not all powders. The
Except
creamer-
baking soda.
Yeah.
Yeah, baking soda. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that seems just fine.
Yeah, so I wean myself off the creamer, so I can pretty much drink coffee black, tea without anything. Prefer lemon or a splash of milk in tea, but I will drink it without. Coffee I like a splash of milk in my coffee.
Oh, honey?
I don't like creamer in my coffee because I have such strong coffee. I don't know what it does to the creamer, but it just doesn't work. So I have I have whole milk anyway, so splash of milk. But if I haven't got milk, which if I'm out and they haven't got milk, I'll drink it black. So, it was worth all the agony of getting off sugar and then having to wean myself off creamer as well. So, but that was when I was about 19, 20 years old. So that was quite a while ago.
Just find a cow next time you run out of milk.
Mrs. Vile likes to make fun of me because I love my French vanilla coffee creamer. And like every week I come down here almost, I bring down like a liter of coffee creamer, and then I just leave it in the fridge for the rest of the week.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of any of those. When you go to, we've got Costa here. I don't like Starbucks, but I don't mind Costa. That's a good barista. Although the local baristas are even better, but I've got a Costa across the road. So, and they've got all these bottles with different flavors you can put in your coffee, and not one of them appeals to me. I like my coffee to just taste like coffee.
Yeah.
I don't want it to taste like hazelnut coffee or vanilla coffee or,
unless it's
God
chocolate
help
involved.
me, marzipan coffee. I hate marzipan.
Chocolate.
No, you see, I don't like chocolate.
I know.
I
know. But if there's
I mean,
chocolate, I will put
that's-
chocolate in my coffee.
A matcha would just make me throw up in front of people. It's
Oh no,
horrible.
I can't do the matcha, but I do occasionally like a mocha every once in a while, as long as it's made with at least 2 shots of espresso beforehand.
No, espresso on the mocha.
Yeah, the only thing I get at Costa is a double espresso with the jugs they serve the milk in are so frigging tiny.
Little pints.
You could spit in one and fill it, And I get one of those with a little bit of whole milk in, just to take the edge off, because espressos are very, very bitter. And that's me happy. And if I'm hungry, I'll have a toasty. But espresso, that's all I ever drink when I go out.
There
are 2 reasons to that. One, I like very strong coffee. 2, espressos are small, so my bladder doesn't fill up as quick, and I don't have to find a toilet instantly.
I was gonna say, Yvette, since you like strong coffee, I'm surprised you haven't mentioned Turkish coffee yet.
Some what?
Turkish coffee.
Oh, I've been to Turkey twice.
Okay, that's good coffee.
Yes, but you can't drink all the way down to the bottom. It's the
I know.
same in Greece, actually. Greek coffee is very similar, and nobody told me in Greece. And whereas Turkish coffee comes in a glass, Greek coffee comes in a normal ceramic cup. And I literally knocked it back and spent half an hour gagging for air because it's just fine ground.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get it dislodged. It had coated all the inside of my throat. It was
Ugh.
horrible.
Gross.
That reminds me, when I was a kid, when my grandfather would take us camping, the way he made coffee was he would throw coffee grounds into a kettle, add water, and put it over the fire.
Yeah, that's camping coffee for you.
Now, camp coffee we have over here, which was probably the only coffee available during the war. My mother likes it. It comes in what looks like a cough syrup bottle. And it's called Camp, C-A-M-P. And it's liquid. And you literally pour it into a spoon and then into your cup and add hot water to it. Well, if that is coffee, then I'm a penguin.
So it's like instant coffee, but liquid instant coffee, but not coffee.
Yeah, it's called Camp.
Hmm.
I'm looking it up right now, and
yeah.
Holy crap! Walmart has it, but it's like $104 for 241 milliliters.
Wow!
And it's not even worth 1 cent. It doesn't.
Right,
even
that's a pack of
taste
12.
Like proper coffee.
$100.
It's horrible stuff.
Jeez.
You can get it in any supermarket here. I have no idea how much it costs these days.
And I don't know if you know this, Yvette, but apparently Camp also makes an English tea version.
Oh God! Well, I wouldn't buy that either.
Maybe you shouldn't try it. Maybe you shouldn't just try it.
No, I have tried things for you guys before, and it didn't go down well. Don't you remember the instance with the celery and peanut butter?
I love
you
celery.
don't like celery and peanut butter? What's wrong with celery?
You put raisins on it called ants on the wall.
No one here does that.
Oh.
I will literally just take a stalk of celery, and use it like a spoon into a jar of peanut butter.
Yeah, you put raisins on it. It's called ants on a log. It's a great little snack.
And then if you put a toothpick through each end of the celery piece and you put carrots on the end, then you got a race car.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. That's something we used to make as kids.
That's sort of like the American version of Eggy Soldiers.
It was healthy eating playtime as a kid.
Okay, so here you can get 6 bottles of Camp coffee for £10.20.
That's about $8. Come on, sheesh. Wow.
For six bottles, that's how much it's disliked here.
Maybe you should buy some and send some to Mike so he can drink it.
I'm not going to do that. I like Mike. There's a few people I might send it to, but
all right, this is a horribly small, but I'll share the image. This is what I'm talking about. This is literally something we used to make as kids.
Yes.
You take the celery
I got it.
Okay.
It looks like one of those things that would actually just end up being dangerous to eat because you probably stabbed yourself with something. I mean, maybe that's just me.
Yeah, because it's toothpicks.
The toothpicks, I would definitely end up injuring myself. Although I couldn't eat peanut butter as a child. I taste things too strongly, and it was just too peanutty. I can eat it now. Finally,
peanut butter is peanutty. That's the main ingredient.
Yeah, I know. I just couldn't eat it. I couldn't eat tomatoes when I was a kid either.
Oh, well, tomatoes are one of those things that I have to eat in small amounts because I don't like the texture.
That's like me with mince. I love meat, but I don't like the texture of mince. I don't mind if it's reformed into a burger or a meatball, but if you have it like in spaghetti bolognese or chili or whatever, I don't like the texture of it at all.
Yeah, it's same thing with like bell peppers.
Oh, I love bell peppers.
Unless it's cut up into small pieces, the texture is just off for me. It's like I'm biting into a candle. That's what it feels like in my mouth. I'm serious.
It's the first time I've heard a bell pepper described as a candle.
Yeah, they're crunchy, man. Come on. Candle's soft and waxy.
But I'm just saying, as long as it's diced small enough, I have no issues.
I have. Have you ever had waxed lips as a kid?
No.
Oh, gross.
No.
Yeah, that's like
I never understood those. What was the
Yeah.
point of wax lips?
Right?
I don't know. They were stupid.
You
I
weren't
don't
supposed
know
to eat it.
No.
Bananas and prawns were the in thing in the penny shop.
Bananas and prawns.
Oh. They're like
Wow.
foamy.
Oh, like
Prawn?
Peeps, but
I don't know.
You said prawns like fish and bananas?
Yeah. Yeah, pink prawns and yellow bananas.
they were in the form of candy, yes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
Eli, who was confused. He thought you were actually talking about real bananas and actual prawns.
Yeah, like
that's what I was
disgusting.
thinking about. And I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, I'm like, whoa.
Hmm.
I'm about to lose my appetite.
It's like,
But the prawns,
know
those,
this
like,
cooking
crisp
is a joke
ones?
for being bad, but that just sounds like some instant regurgitation.
You gotta put bananas in
Prawns,
fish.
aren't those like kind of like crisp, but yeah, like styrofoamy kind of
Yeah.
crisps?
Bananas
Yeah.
and fish. Ooh.
Used to get them at Marks and Spencer's.
Yeah. You would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd put them on your tongue and they'd kind of melt.
No, not
Mm.
these. I can't even compare them to anything you'd know. No, not like any Haribo or anything.
No.
Haribo.
I'm trying to think what other crack, but they're like getting, if you ever go to like the Oriental food shops, they'll have the prawn crackers.
Oh, I
I've
love
seen
prawn
those.
crackers. No,
Yeah,
no, they're
ISO.
not like that either.
No?
You get my
All right,
dinosaurs.
so they're sweets. They're candy.
Okay.
They're small. One's in the shape of a banana and one's in the shape of a prawn. One's yellow and one's pink. The prawns are strawberry and the banana's a banana. I don't know why.
They're sort of like marshmallowy then?
Well, no. They're like.
I'll be right back. I have to.
I can't even describe it. They're
To
not
me,
hard.
I looked it
You
up.
bite
I looked it
into
up.
them and chew them, but they don't stick. They just break up.
Okay, the way I'm looking at them right now, because I looked it up, they look to me like after dinner mints that you'd find at certain restaurants.
Absolutely not. Not mints.
The ones that melt in your mouth?
No, they don't melt in your mouth.
That's what, I'm just saying that's what it looks like to me.
I don't know. They're very popular here.
Well, if me and Mrs. Vile can ever get there, you can show us.
They still kind of look like Peeps to me. I'm looking at them too.
I don't know what a peep is.
Barrett foam shrimps and bananas retro sweets.
Peeps are one of the most disgusting things
Yeah,
we
they're
make
horrible.
here in the States.
Well, maybe not. Description.
They are marshmallows covered with sugar, covered with more sugar.
These ones say they have a melt in the mouth foam consistency.
But they don't melt in the mouth.
Yeah.
Unless I eat them too quickly. I don't know. Maybe I eat them. Maybe I should leave one on my tongue and see what happens.
But they're foamy, right?
Yeah.
Crazy weird.
Yeah. But very, very popular. When I was a kid, we had the penny sweet shops, and there was the flying saucers, which was rice paper filled with sherbet, which were my favourites. We had bonbons, which is a French round thing. Yeah, they don't even. What are they?
These are Peeps. They are marshmallow birds, usually in these colors, very popular around Easter. And they are covered with one type of sugar. Then they are covered with another type of sugar.
Okay.
Here, Mike, I threw up a link to the foam shrimps and prawns.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
That's them, yeah.
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 Yep.
Do you know what? I love it. I'm trying to think.
Ooh, beef gelatin, delightful.
Mm.
Beetroot juice, all kinds of cool stuff.
Oh,
Beef
absolutely.
gelatin basically means ground up horse hooves.
Yes, yes. All right.
Or
We can-
bones.
I don't care. They taste nice. I don't like chocolate, so I like things like that.
Hmm.
I'm just trying to think of something that's covered in sugar that I like.
All right, this
Nothing's
is what
coming to mind.
this is what I was talking about. These are the after dinner mints that I'm sure Elihu knows what I'm talking about. These little things that you put in your mouth and they just melt away.
Yeah, those are disgusting.
Oh, I
No.
love these things. What's wrong with you?
They look like tiny marshmallows to me.
They're
very
harder
thin.
than that, though.
Yeah, they're harder than marshmallows, but they melt like almost right away.
Oh.
I am not a fan of mint.
We get every mint that's served with coffee after dinner in a restaurant is an after 8 mint.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you don't know what after 8 mints are.
Well, I assumed you just meant after you ate mint.
No. After 8 mints, they're called. It's dark chocolate. They're so thin, they even are individually wrapped in its own envelope. And they taste divine. If you like chocolate.
Love chocolate, but hate mint.
Oh, they kind of look like Andes chocolates.
Okay.
Uh,
But that's what you always get with coffee after a meal.
let me show you what an Andes is.
They make them as well with Turkish Delight in the middle.
Here, let me.
It's a bit of a shock if someone doesn't tell you.
I didn't realize it was such a small image, but these are Andes.
That is a small picture.
It is. Hang on.
They're about 2 centimeters thick.
They're no, after 8 mints are a real square.
Yeah, they're completely enrobed in chocolate. It's a thin square of chocolate with like a slightly oozy mint creamy center.
And each one
these
comes
are
in like
solid.
an envelope. Each one comes in an envelope.
We get them here.
They're very nice, everyone tells me.
Mhm.
And it's dark chocolate. So,
Yeah, Andes they have a dark chocolate version, and to me that's even better than the milk chocolate.
Well, dark chocolate is healthier for you.
well, dark chocolate and mint, I would think. The only dark chocolate I quite liked, Lindt, do dark chocolate, 85% dark chocolate with chili. And I got it for a gag because I couldn't believe Lindt had made something like that. But on a winter's night, it's warming. It's not hot by any means, but it's chocolate with a little.
There's your
central
after 8
heating
mints.
pack.
Yeah, you can buy those for like $3 at Trader Joe's. You bet.
Mike, there's a share screen with after 8 mints. There you go.
Yeah, I saw it. That's why I was like, it looks like an Andes.
Similar, but they're not as thick. They're very thin.
Very, very
Wafer
thin.
thin.
Well, Andes are like 2 or 3 millimeters thick. They're not.
No, I know,
either.
but these ones, like the middle, is like very oozy, much oozier than a.
Yeah, it's almost like liquid icing, but it's mint.
Mm-hmm.
And then what you were talking about. Have you ever tried this? No, I don't want to do the whole page, just the picture. This is surprisingly really good.
What's that?
Tabasco
This
spicy
is
chocolate.
Tabasco
No.
infused chocolate.
Well, if we're playing Never Have I Ever, I'm taking a drink.
Now, we have
I haven't tried those.
Tabasco sauces, but
Mhm.
I've never seen a chocolate. But then again, I've never looked for one. So, to be fair, I don't go down the chocolate aisle particularly.
Well, I saw those and I got them just to try it, and I was like, wow, this is actually really good.
So, yeah, because Tabasco's, I've tried, I think the best Tabasco I tried was at the Good Food Show in Olympia, London. And it was green Tabasco. And oh my God, that was hot. Not the red. Red Tabasco's by
You had the verde.
fine. But the green one, if you can get it.
Yeah, chili verde.
Is it? I've no idea, but it's seriously hot. And I like hot food. And although I did try it on a piece of French toast because they were just giving out samples. And I think I drank an entire bottle of water, which didn't help, of course. Never does. Yeah.
Now, this is my favorite type of Tabasco.
Crystal? Or the one with the rooster on it? Oh.
Chipotle.
What
I
one's-
don't like
what's that one?
Chipotle as much because it's like a smoked pepper, and I don't like the smoky flavor with my hot peppers.
Wait, I have
See,
never seen a Chipotle. I think I had this conversation a couple of months ago with someone. We don't have them here. I've never seen one. I
but
presumed
I
it was a
Overrated
sausage.
restaurants.
Is it a sausage or something, Chipotle?
It's an
No,
overrated
it's-
restaurant.
No,
Smoked
it's a
peppers.
smoked pepper.
Oh,
And I don't like that smoky flavor in with my hot peppers. I like that nice, clean, sharp peppers, hot
Yeah.
peppers flavor, and I don't enjoy the smokies as much.
See,
Personally.
maybe it's my upbringing, but I love smoky. So
yeah.
I don't
I'm
mind
not a
smoky on some
barbecue.
stuff. Not
I
that.
like barbecues, but I don't like barbecue sauce.
The problem with that brand, Vilemike, is there's water in that ingredients, right? A good hot sauce does not have
Yes.
water anywhere in the ingredients.
well, remember this is an Americanized hot sauce, so that's why it has water in it.
So is Crystal, and Crystal has no water.
If you say so, I'll take your word on it.
I can get up and show my bottle right now. I could get up, but I haven't done my hair or shaved, so.
I had to have a shower as soon as I got up today because I put like an overnight conditioning stuff into my hair, so it looked really gross.
I haven't washed my hair since Thursday.
No, I need a haircut. My hair is like 8 millimeters long right now. I need to shave it down to being bald again.
I'm gonna say, couldn't you just deal with that problem yourself?
I would like
Well-
to cut my hair, but it's growing to be cut for another week. So for the children. So I've got to put
Oh,
up
Locks
with
of Love?
it.
Locks of
That's
Love?
nice.
No, it's a British one.
Oh,
I've been
you bet.
doing it for years because my hair grows like up to 2 inches a month.
Oh my
Wow,
God.
hair grows about an inch and a half a year. Wow.
No, mine grows so fast it's ridiculous.
Damn.
It's
I mean, mine
it's,
grows fast, but maybe it's like just short of an inch a month. Mine grows.
It's
Come
down to my boobs now, my hair.
Mm.
So yeah.
Well,
I can't donate my
scare
hair
you
because I
guys
buy
for a
it.
second. See, what I mean is, this is long for me, but the problem
Mhm.
is, I've got all this that I got to deal with.
Time for Miss Vile to shave again, huh?
Well, everything but the goatee.
Yeah, I can't donate my hair because I dye it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my hair. My hair
You
goes
can
out.
only donate undyed hair.
Yeah.
I dyed my hair before, so
I've been
I can't
offered stupid amounts of money for my hair.
Hmm.
But I've always donated it to it's called, oh my God, what's it called? It's the Children's Hospital in London. Oh my God. I can't think of the
Children
name of
wouldn't
it.
children wouldn't want my undyed hair.
Is it called London Children's Hospital?
No. Oh, no, I've got to look it up.
It's okay. We
It's a famous hospital.
Elysius? From
No,
St. Elsewhere?
Children's
Oh. St. Elysius.
Hospital.
Oh, did I just show my age by saying St. Elysius? Wow.
London.
Okay, I looked up. Is there a British version of Locks of Love?
I have no
And-
idea. Oh, come on. Where is it? There are so many hospitals in London.
There's a lot of sick people.
Yeah.
Look at the food.
Great
Come on.
Ormond Street Hospital. That's it.
Right.
They have a lot of children with cancer, and they have chemo and etc. So, and of course, real hair makes better wigs.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Sorry. Someone, as I said, someone asked the question, is there a British equivalent to Locks of Love? And there's like 11 responses, all from people in the UK. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, there's something like that, but I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
Just like that. Wow.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Do you know, I did a 6-day week this week, so this is my only day off. My brain disappeared
Well,
late last night.
You got 40
Same
minutes
here.
till Twilight Zone.
Yay,
Technically, I worked 6 days this week, but only 2 of the days I only worked a half day. So,
If Bird does
and that was-
Twilight Zone.
well, he can tell us about that when he gets back. I'm
Okay.
sure he's setting it up right now.
Yeah.
Because it's Sunday, 11:30 Pacific time, Twilight Zone time, right?
So Eli, who I did text Chris, so the one round table is tomorrow for
Yeah.
Bad Batch, and then he's not sure about doing the wrap up because they're doing 2 Name That Tune semi-final streams tonight.
Oh, that's right.
So, and then something to do with the Mandalorian roundtable starting as well, but they don't know what time that's at. So, because I'm
He
just
says
trying
he'll
to,
be back in about 5 minutes or so. So,
I'm gonna schedule my day. That's all. So I just needed to have an idea if my presence was required on any streams, and it sounds like nope, because I never got an invite to the Mando table. So all good.
Well, at least you
I
don't have
haven't
to
watched
watch
it, so.
Well, I'll probably watch it anyway because I usually watch the roundtables. Nope.
Here's a spoiler for you. Grogu's in it.
Who? Sorry, what?
Asshole.
Grogu's in it. Spoiler.
Yeah. Actually, there was a whole. There's
Stop
like
giving
the whole Jim Henson. Like they swept out the closet of Muppets for this episode. That's for sure.
Great. I'll just
Yeah,
lock
there's
it
just so
so
much
I
things
can't.
I gotta watch. I gotta watch
accidentally
Picard. I gotta
it.
watch Bad Batch. I gotta watch Mando. I gotta watch
Picard.
I got 1 episode left of Stranger Things that I'm watching with the youngest Vile daughter.
Well, there was that Croco turtle thingy in the Mando episode. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. But I thought it was kind of stupid. Never mind. I won't spoil it for Mike.
Well, kind of stupid, kind of cool. Like,
I was going to say something, but I would have spoiled it for Mike.
Oh, and since Yvette's here, I'll let me talk to her real quick about it. I finally watched the 2nd season with Jodie Whittaker.
Great.
And you are right. It definitely drops in quality, at least especially the writing for that 2nd season even further.
Yeah. And what
It's
about the timeless child at the end, where they completely destroy the friggin' history of Doctor Who?
Yeah. Okay. The idea of the Doctor having previous incarnations beforehand doesn't bug me. The timeless child aspect of them saying that they killed the child over and over again, and that's the Doctor is
It's
fucked
not
up.
killed, it's murdered. Let's get it right.
Okay,
murdered that child over and over again.
And I'm sorry, the aspect of the Black Lady Doctor that made no fucking sense to me because she has the TARDIS.
But she has the TARDIS.
Exactly, that doesn't make sense to me.
That particular TARDIS is in between William Hartnell and Patrick Troughton. Okay, that design, we pinpointed it. So the thing with Patrick Troughton was, at the end of his season, he was held in court with the Gallifreyans, and he was made to regenerate because he'd done something wrong. I can't remember. But before that, there was several instances where it's more referenced in the law that he was working undercover. Now, so that particular TARDIS is from that era. So that's where we think she squeezes in before he turns into...
That's not how it was expressed to me when I watched it. To me, it was before the first Doctor. And that's what didn't make any effing sense to me.
No, it couldn't have been before the first Doctor because the TARDIS interior had changed. And trust me, I know what I'm talking about here.
Yeah,
also,
she just know more about Doctor Who than I do, but to me, it still didn't make any goddamn sense.
Yeah, how did she get the TARDIS if the first Doctor stole the TARDIS? How did she get the TARDIS?
Also, well, there are more than one TARDIS.
Yeah,
also, she didn't know what
box.
a sonic screwdriver was, so it has to come between William Hartnell and before Patrick Troughton used it for the very first time. So it's got to be before Patrick. Well, as I say, it's in between William Hartnell and half of Patrick Troughton's era. She has to squeeze in somewhere there.
Well, as I said, as it was presented to me, I was just more confused by it. And yeah, I was like, no, they didn't need to do this.
That's what we call it, the chin ball era.
Yeah. The only thing I will say about Jo, who plays that Doctor, she convinced me she was the Doctor.
Oh,
in that one episode, she was more like the Doctor than the fake Doctor.
Jody.
Shut up.
Hey Alexa, who's the best Doctor Who in the world?
No, not doing it.
But yeah, I guess the next one is
why everyone was so upset.
I definitely see it, but
I mean, he killed the Earth because when you go back to the Mary Shelley Frankenstein, which was a Cyberman, human Cyberman, she was told by Jack not to help him, so she helped him and went on to find out that they killed 99% of everyone on Earth. And when she got there, there were 26 people alive. And by the time she finished, there were 3. She's just brilliant at killing people. And
well, what they said was in that area of the universe, there was only 7 left. So there's more elsewhere. And I would assume that was
this
what
was
they're
on
talking
Earth.
about.
This was just on Earth.
They weren't on Earth. They were on another planet.
Gorbo. I'm too stoned for this.
I'm not watching it.
I haven't watched it, so I'm lost anyway. So
I haven't watched any.
Anyway,
episodes,
the bottom line was she wanted to protect who was left and managed to get them all killed, bar 3 of them.
Yeah.
And the Cybermen, all right, this is the biggest hoo-ha, apart from the whole Timeless Child thing that ruins canon completely, turning the Cybermen into Cyber Lords.
That should have been really cool, and it wasn't.
Oh, God, no. They look stupid, for one. And 2, the Master actually said he killed them first. Now, you cannot regenerate into a Cyberlord if you're dead.
Well,
there was a huge hoo-ha about that as well.
what I would argue is he could have said he killed them, but he actually just put them on ice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you can read into that if you like.
that
He said
part didn't bug me. What bugged
they
me
were
is
dead.
we had the idea of these cyber masters. That should have been like an entire seasonal arc where they kept coming back and doing something. Because the idea of basically immortal Cybermen should have been really cool, and instead it was incredibly lame. And I'm sorry.
Oh yeah,
it was like, let's introduce something really awesome and then kill it off in the same fucking episode. No.
Well, that's how Timballs worked.
And then, of course, what was it, like the death particle? Where that comes from fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
It's just something that this one Cyberman happens to have. Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Yep, I know. Now,
hey guys, I just got notification.
All right, I'm going to drop it after this because I know we're boring everyone. Did you see the special with the Dalek after?
No, unfortunately, I didn't have access to that.
Because that one you need to see, because you need to see what Chimballs did to my Daleks.
All right, Elihu, can you do me a favor and send me that special?
What is it?
Because I can't access. I know it's Remembrance of the Daleks.
No, it isn't Remembrance of the Daleks. That's from
I
the
thought that's what it
original
was.
season.
What
That's
am I
from
sending
the
you?
original. The Victorian Dalek from Sheffield.
Sorry, I'm trying to look it up. I thought it was Remembrance of the Daleks.
No, Remembrance of the Daleks was Sylvester McCoy.
Well, when I was watching the episode,
Was it Resurrection of the Dalek? Resurrection.
There we go. I'm sorry. Thank you.
I'm trying to think of the name of it. It's the one after the
1984. 1984.
No. Chimballs era.
Oh.
After the second season or the first season, there's a Dalek special, and you know the Dalek I'm on about.
Yeah.
And
it looks like a girl.
Resurrection of the Daleks, and I couldn't watch that one. No.
With new VFX.
All right, I'm back. You guys still
Here
talking, Doctor
hang on.
Yeah. Yep. There are two Dalek specials. There's one at the end of the first season, which is the Victorian one, and one at the end of the second season.
No, I couldn't watch those because they were
which
blacked
were the
out
blue butt plug Daleks.
Yeah, I couldn't watch either one of them.
He needs to see both of them then.
So basically,
sorry, wrong link, guys. Wrong link. Sorry, I put the wrong link in the private
It's
chat.
the two specials from Chimballs era.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna do it the brute force way.
Yeah, sorry, I put the wrong link in there.
Yeah, sorry guys, we're talking Doctor Who. Mike brought it
No,
up.
that's fine.
Well, it's because you're my Doctor Who, one of my two Doctor Who fanatics.
Yes.
Let's see, where is it? Genesis of the Daleks? No.
Do you want the names? I'll look it up.
Yeah, all I'm finding is Resurrection.
Hang on.
I'm looking it up now. It's just gonna take me a sec.
Oh God, I can't type.
Dalek Invasion of Earth? No. 64? No.
Dalek.
Here's the trailer, but no, I can't find the actual episode. Damn it.
I've got the episodes on the BBC iPlayer, so I can play them in Cosme, Mike, when you're free. I've got a Cosme room, so I can play them anytime you want, if that helps.
That would help, but I don't know when I'd be able to watch it.
Right. But I can always shove it on. I don't have to watch it.
There we go. That's what I'm looking for.
Chibnall Daleks. Here we go.
Revolution of the Daleks.
Revolution. Yes.
Well, it was our word.
Resolution.
Here we go. I got it. Part 1. I got one for you, dude.
All right, so yeah, Revolution of the Daleks and one that's just called Resolution.
There's two of them. Eve of the Daleks is another one.
Yeah, hang on. Here's part 1. Let me get this to you for a moment.
That
This
was
is
right.
the
Eve
video.
of the Daleks is the second one. Resolution of the Daleks is the first one.
A long time ago, far, far away. Yep, this is it.
Yeah, Resolution of the Daleks is the Victorian Sheffield Steel one.
So
There you go, Mike.
Resolution of the Daleks and Revolution of the Daleks.
No Revolution. The other one's Eve of the Daleks, and that's the blue butt plugs.
Well, according to the list I'm looking at, it was After the Timeless Children is an episode called Revolution of the Daleks.
That's weird.
And then after the episode, where'd it go? The Battle of Ransakor av Kolos is Resolution, period. No,
Okay.
of the Daleks.
Mike, if look in the private chat, I put a link in there. You can find all your Doctor Who's there, okay? You look that you're looking for that she's talking about.
Look at that. The pinky has started.
Eve of the
Yay.
Daleks is the one where they're running around the planet.
Yeah, but when I was watching the list of shows, they had those ones, all the specials blacked out. Like I couldn't watch them because I'm in the States.
And they're all the Dalek ones. All the specials Chibnall did were Dalek ones because with the Terry Nation estate, they have to use them once in every season. And he didn't want to use them at all, especially in the season 11. He wanted all new monsters, you know, talking frogs and dust cloths, etc. that you've seen. The special at the end of season 1 was the Resolution of the Daleks, and that's the Sheffield Steel Victorian Woman Dalek. And then
okay, I see what you mean by Eve of the Daleks. That is after season 3.
Yes.
So the Flux part.
Yeah.
And I had not watched Flux yet.
Right. Yeah, that's the third one. So the second one is the blue butt plug Daleks. That's after the second season.
Yeah. And based on what I've seen so far, and what I've heard so far, I don't know if I'm gonna like Flux at all.
Flux was as shit as anything, but nobody gave a shit anyway. After the Timeless Child episode, no one cared because Doctor Who, as far as we were concerned, had died.
Well, considering the way the Master lies, they could easily retcon it.
We trust me, Mike. We went through this on the channel when we were live doing the reviews, and my personal get out of jail free card was the Master has manipulated the Matrix twice, once in Assassin and once in Trial of the Time Lord, and both times he rewrote the Matrix. So the Master could have easily reprogrammed the Matrix to show her exactly what he wanted to. That was my idea from the start.
And it's not get out of jail free, it's get out of plot free.
Yeah. However, it's Chinballs and he's not that clever. So that's how I would have done it. But he never resolved it.
But one thing I do want to give props on for the season is the guy that plays the Master.
Yeah.
I love how he chews the fucking scenery that every single time he's on film, you know, when the camera's pointed at him.
He's a great actor, but he was mimicking John Sims.
Are
Yes.
you talking about Sasha the Master?
So.
Sasha?
Yes, Sasha Dewan.
Yeah.
Sasha Dewan. Great actor, but he should have played it his own way instead of mimicking John Sims. He took John Sims' monster and
I honestly
it up.
appreciate it. I love the way he chewed the scenery, though. I got to say that. He did a great job. Mimicking or not, I still enjoyed it.
do you know, in the second season, the very first double episode, which took the piss out of James Bond,
Yeah.
that was so inaccurate, where they were jumping through time, going backwards and forwards, and the Victorian era, and they picked that girl up and shit like that. There were so many things wrong. We had to do a double stream just to cover it all.
It's all wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
No, it's not. It's Tim Balls who doesn't give a crap about continuity.
Get that like
Anyway.
really on.
Anyway, I'm sure we've bored everyone enough with this conversation.
Well, considering we spent like an hour talking about instant coffee, I don't think this is really a degeneration from that.
Yeah,
I would think a lot more
coffee.
people are more interested in coffee than Doctor Who.
I'm probably more interested in Doctor Who than coffee because I don't have any interest in coffee.
I'm a Whovian.
No, just imagine drinking coffee while watching Doctor Who.
I've done that.
Well, actually, apparently the current trend here, I don't know if it's common everywhere, is to roast your own beans immediately before grinding them and making them into coffee. Like you can buy your own like mini roaster so that you have like the freshest possible coffee.
Yeah,
Apparently that's the
there
newest
are
in,
coffee
this
machines
world.
that do
Oh.
that, but it's very difficult to buy unroasted coffee beans here.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why some hoity-toity place here is selling unroasted coffee beans.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, by the
problem.
way, Yvette, I got a notification 12 minutes ago that Twilight Zone is on.
I know it's on. I got the notification a bird is back.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's been up for a while.
Yeah.
I just got the
I
notification.
haven't
12
got the
minutes ago.
notification, but then again, I haven't got the notification that I'm live yet.
I
Neither
don't think
have
I
I.
ever get notifications, but you know what? I actually don't want too many notifications because I don't have time to like be notified of all the things.
Well, what's interesting is like, I think it was Friday night or something like that I got a notification out of the blue for Sci-Fi Nation,
Mm.
and I'm like, this is like the first notification for him I've gotten in months.
Like, he's been streaming forever, dude.
I know, and I'm not getting any notifications for almost anything. It's ridiculous.
Well, Wednesday morning, I got a notification that said that Bigger Bird Entertainment just went live. I'm like, wait a minute, they went live last night. What the hell?
Yeah.
I tell you what can fix it, and this is what I do when I don't get notifications from someone I watch a lot, is to unsubscribe and resubscribe.
Like it's the equivalent of turning it off, turning it on again, huh?
Yeah.
I usually just try to like know the streams of people that I regularly watch during. Otherwise, if it's something I watch back later. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Problem
just,
is, there's a couple that don't have scheduled ones. They like
Right.
3 or 4 days.
oh, right. Yeah. Or like
Day
Deej,
release
who
or
just
4.
spontaneously goes
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just, yeah. And I mean, oftentimes he's going live at like 5 a.m. So
Yeah, I'm like, I'm asleep.
I'm not going to be checking that out, even if I do get a notification.
Well, I usually say good morning to him because it's about 10 a.m. or 11 a.m., whatever time he goes live. And I tell him how long I've got till lunch. And he usually waits around for me.
Nice.
Yeah, he'll stream like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, my time. I'm like, no, I'm asleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
Well, we've been going on for over 3 hours.
Wow.
I need to
Yes, I need to.
get ready.
I need to go. Yeah.
I got
Before
stuff I gotta
Twilight.
do too.
Before Twilight Zone, I like to be ready for Twilight Zone because it's my favorite day of the week.
All right, just in
16
case,
minutes.
Bird, if you want to throw your links in for Twilight Zone in the chat, go ahead.
Thank you.
And,
I have to do my
someone else
cooking
wants
for
to
the
throw a
week.
link up. I'm gonna try to get one thing done before I turn off the computer for the day, and then got to go to a birthday party for Mrs. Vile, and then I got to cross back over to the border. So hopefully I'll
Hey.
record another Kinder video.
Oh yeah.
Run across the-
Please give Mrs. Vile a kiss from me and say happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mrs. Vile.
I can definitely. Well, her
birthday.
birthday was on the 28th.
Yeah, but happy birthday anyway. I know
Yeah.
we said happy
Celebrating it
birthday
this
last
week.
time too.
All right. See you guys later, and I'll definitely do that kiss for you, Yvette.
Thank you.
I'll even tell her it's from you.
Later, Val.
She'll enjoy that then.
All right. Later,
Bye,
folks.
everybody. It was nice
Bye,
to see you all.